All right, I'm going to try to do the session raw here. Okay. So I have a client. It's built in Elementor. Okay. It's a website built in Elementor. I have to add a landing page. And I am getting to the point now where I literally do not want to be doing any sort of manual work that I could orchestrate instead. Now, you might be different. You might love being in Elementor or Bricks or Etch or wherever you're in, or whatever, Webflow for that matter, whatever. You might love that. I don't, because I've seen the other side of this. And I truthfully never absolutely loved being in there to begin with. And I know enough that I can orchestrate a good product rather than being in there. So if you don't like this, if you don't like that idea, then, just do whatever you want. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. And this is, again, just going to be a raw session. So I'm going to explain to you kind of where I've gotten to this point, and then we're going to make some moves and do some cool stuff. And then eventually I'm going to make more videos on this because this is too big of a topic to explain in one thing, but I'm literally exploring it right now. So let's see what we can go on there. So just quick understanding of what you're looking at here. This is VS Code. This is Claude Code. Go watch my main video on Claude Code and the setup and everything like that, and all those different things in the description and on my main channel if you want to see more of that. But I'm going to explain to you what I have going on here if you understand what you're looking at. This is a folder called QCL, which is the client I downloaded. There's a couple files in here. This is just kind of information. The text file here is information on what they wanted, kind of like their idea for this little bit of a landing page for their design and build service that they have. It's a landscaping company, but they do like hardscaping and things like that. So there's some preliminary process information and some other things in there. Then this is just this is literally an email chain, okay, that I downloaded the PDF for, that I brought into this folder as well, just so I could give the model Claude Code here, Opus 4.6, I think, some context, right, when I was like kind of putting some of this together. And then the other two things here are the actual this right here and this are like if you go to the website and you press save as HTML, or save as, and then you save as HTML. I saved a landing page that I'd created in the past last year for some ads we were running. And then I just kind of brought that in again as extra information, extra inspiration, just to kind of understand like the vibe of the website. I also had Claude Code go out and like scrape the website just to kind of see like the basic general vibe and feel of it and everything like that. So that's what that is. Now, the last thing I did was, okay, I was at this crossroads, right? And I could either build this page manually with Elementor, because that's what the website's fully built in, or I could try to build it with Elementor AI, which I'm going to say I could be using it wrong, but it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I gave it like a half decent prompt here that Claude gave me, because that was my first idea, was let me just go and have it create some AI through Elementor, and it's basically just you create sections through it. And it gave me this prompt, which is like, okay, whatever. And I didn't even I almost didn't even like fully. Let me see if I can bring it up here. I didn't even use it. I think I literally just exited out. Yeah, I just exited out, but it was just not good. So wasn't thrilled by that. And then I was like, you know what? Wait a second. Why don't I just do an experiment here? Because in this particular case, your mileage is gonna vary depending on who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. But this client isn't in this website too often. But there is this thing where I was thinking about just like my first thought was literally, let me pull the website down, let me put it into a directory, and let me have Claude Code basically extract everything and rebuild it in Astro. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. But this client does go in the website sometimes, so that's going to be a problem because I haven't solved the viable CMS problem yet with Astro websites. And there's obviously, you could use a bunch of different CMSs, but it's already in WordPress. So like WordPress isn't actually I have so little qualms with like the WordPress as a CMS. I have so many more qualms now with the front end portion. Like the built-in thing, the block editor is limited. The page builders that come with it are good, but like the AI that's kind of built around them, and in this case, particularly an Elementor AI, unless I'm using it wrong, is not helpful whatsoever, not nearly to the degree that Claude Code is. And it's mostly not even their problem. It's a layer of abstraction problem. So I just want to kind of see what I can do here. And my current working thought process is, as you can kind of see through some of these things here, is like I was going through and I was just, you know what, I could rebuild all in Astro, but like then I remember that this client is in here sometimes and has been in recently. I'm like, why don't I just try to basically take this website where it's at right now and enable the things that I need to enable, like make sure the REST API is exposed, etc., and then have Claude Code go in and create me an Astro website, like give it what it needs from this setup, this CMS setup, because I have no idea how to do this, to be completely honest with you. But it knows how, and I know what I want, so we'll be able to fix it. So then I go in and I go to Claude Code and I'll say, I'm gonna expose all the endpoints and everything like that. This is literally what I'm gonna do next, and then I'm gonna we're gonna build the front end with Astro, and we're gonna have to move the WordPress website to a different URL, and we're gonna have to put Astro at the main domain, and we'll see what happens. Should I be doing this live? Like live on the internet, so to speak? Like, should I stage this? Yes, possibly, but I'm not nearly there yet. I'd have to build the stuff. I'd have to make sure it works. I'd have to do all these other things. So I think I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna walk through this, talk to Claude, and we're gonna see what happens. If you want to skip around, if I post this, there will be chapters in the description, everything like that. I'll tell you what's up there. And when I figure this out, because I have to figure this out, not specifically for this client, like I could just build a fucking page, but I don't want to, because moving forward, if we do more work on this website, it's just going to be the same thing every single time, because I physically do not want to do this anymore, and I don't want to be layers of abstraction deep into this bullshit. I'd rather just do it at this level right here, because it's a different type of abstraction when you deal with it like this. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna try to figure this out, and then I'll make more videos on specifically. So I'm just gonna dive into it because I don't know how much time I have. All right, so in this plan, okay, so this plan would be I rebuild the front end in Astro, we connect everything, static pages, deploy. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. Hey, all right, so I'm ready to move forward on this plan. Let's do it together. Okay, the first thing I think that we need to do is I need to go into my WordPress install right now, and I need to make sure that everything is exposed, right? That seems like a reasonable place to start. Or you can just hit the REST API and you can tell me what the deal is there. But let's move forward like one step at a time here. Cool. It's doing something there. I'm going into the other side of my screen to just check, see some stuff here. It's pinging. A lot is already exposed. I'm assuming in this case I have that's obviously WordPress, and then also another random thing I thought of is the forms. Obviously, we're gonna need to deal with that situation, but that's not the end of the world. I need to make sure that JetEngine exposes everything, is exposing everything, which I'm looking on the other side while it does that. It's somewhere in here. How are we looking over here? Guess we don't need these Elementor prompts. What the API shows us right now: services, service areas, team members, jobs, FAQs, pages. Okay. Classic JetEngine issue, just sort of not registered in this. Shows these types exist, but not returning data actually inside them. That's awful. Okay. Do I have any weird shit here? Do I have any like relations in this website? I actually don't have any JetEngine relations in this website. That's kind of good to know. Okay. JetEngine REST API or custom fields for REST API. And then do it in JetEngine settings. That's weird. Why would that be the first? Why would that be the first thing to do there? That's crazy. I'm gonna try to show you this because I don't want to just like not show you anything here. Let me go like this, I guess. Kind of a weird view. Whatever. So JetEngine REST API. Yeah, right here. So JetEngine. Boom. Okay, already wrong. Post types. For each post type, show in REST API. I don't know if that's checked on all these. So advanced. Is it in advanced? Or is it not? Oh shit. Okay, it is. It's probably gonna be on in all of them then, if it's on in one of them. Wrong thing. Yeah. 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 Okay. Meta box. More importantly, for each meta box and custom field group. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. Seriously? Every single one of these? Really? That's nuts. Why is that not default? It's annoying. All right. All right, so all these need to be turned on. Show REST API, show REST API, show REST API, show REST API. All right. Let's keep going. Couple more here. Such a pain in the ass. Wish there was a turn on all button. Maybe there is, but I didn't. I mean, I guess that plugin would have worked, and maybe I should have just done the plugin at this point. But whatever. This is at least something there. Okay. Do I need to do it at the? I don't think I use meta boxes ever. Do I need to do it at the taxonomy level, or is that already? All right, those should probably already be in there. All right, listen, this is what I did. So all of the post types themselves already were shown in the API and the REST API. The fields themselves were not. So in JetEngine, it has post types, and then you put meta fields right next to those. Like it's not like ACF where there's a field group and you attach it to a post type. It's like the meta fields are meta of that post type. So I turned all that stuff on, turned all those on to show those in the REST API. So maybe fetch it again and see if you can see a lot more data now. But I did that all manually, and I think it's off by default. I didn't do the plugin option, so that's a separate conversation. I don't know. Maybe I should just do the plugin for if it always. I don't know if the plugin just automatically makes everything work. But yeah, I was just trying to not install more plugins, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, everything and all the taxonomies, all the post types, and all of the meta fields should be exposed now. Now, there's one other thing that I'm thinking about right here. These business details. Sons of bitch. Do I need a... Christ, dude. Okay. Why? There's got to be... You would think there's got to be a reason that these are off by default. I don't know why. But whatever. These are options. We have an options page here where I put some of this stuff in here as like kind of like little variables, right? One single source of truth. So whatever. All right. All right. So that should ping that and kind of go from there. Is there anything else I can do here? Not at the moment. I did think 7 pages wasn't that many. Yeah, there's 20 pages in here. I don't know what the fuck it was talking about. Huh. That seems a little weird. Okay. 7 to 10. Okay, that's weird. All right, everything's exposed. All right, I think we're okay. I think okay. That's good that we're good on the content, but the one problem is I'm seeing if I go into WordPress and I go to pages, there's 20 pages, and that's not obviously not including services or service areas or any custom post type. There's 20 pages. So, is this like a weird? I don't think it could be an indexing issue because that doesn't even line up. Like, are you not seeing all of the pages? Let's just take a look at this other shit while we're in here. Services. What the fuck? No, this is service areas. Okay. And then this is media. This is services said 10. Okay, yeah, this is not getting all of the information. So that's Not fun. Jobs 3 though. It's getting like some of the information. It's not getting some of the other information, which is great. All right, sure. We'll publish that for now. Blank page. There you go. Get rid of that. And FAQs. How many FAQs do we have? Okay. Yeah, some of it's right, some of it's wrong. Very strange. Okay. All 20 pages. First query sorted by date descending only, returning the most recent ones. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what the fuck, dude? Why did you only... Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah. Okay. Can you do that same type of search for all of them, though? Because I think you're still missing some data. I think jobs is right. I think FAQs is right. I'm pretty sure service areas is right. I don't think services is right. Services, load, please. Load, please. You're killing me. Okay. Yeah, services isn't right. There we go. Give me the right data, damn it. That's actually really kind of concerning, to be honest. Like, why did it incorrectly grab that? I mean, I guess it kind of told me why, but was paginating and I was only getting default 10 results. Yeah, I feel like I heard that somewhere very recently before. Yeah, 14 matches, but you gotta make sure that if we do this moving forward, like either if I'm asking you, not that big of a deal, but when we build this in, you can't get caught up. You can't get tricked by like pagination or sorting or recency or anything like that. I don't know what you need to build in, but I've heard that already. You can't like that can't happen. So I'm assuming you know how to fix that moving forward, but we just have to remember that when we move into the next phase. Per page 100. All right, whatever. Okay, so all right, so we have some of that data. We understand. Okay, the REST API works. All right, so I think the next logical step would be to start building out the project, so to speak. I don't know how to say that. Like the project in a folder. Probably it would make sense probably to make a subfolder in this current thing that we have. Just call it like, you know, like Astro, like whatever you want, like Astro QCL CMS. I don't know, however you think you should do it, but you probably make a folder within this directory just so you keep everything contained, and we'll work in there. And then, the question would be, is it better for me to pull down a local copy of the website where you could see like anything on the front end or whatever that you need to see? And I think if I'm understanding correctly, all of the stuff that you really need would probably be in a like a it would be in a like database file rather than obviously in a database. I'm just not sure if it makes a difference, because sometimes when I've done the web fetch stuff before, like you haven't exactly understood what's going on and you can't reproduce one-to-one. I feel like if I gave you the actual code, even if you had to scrape it out of the SQLite database or whatever the hell there is there, I feel like you'd probably have an easier time with that, because you could just see what it is. You could extract any different things that you need, and you could just rebuild it with Astro based off of whatever it's outputting already. I know Elementor's code is probably going to be weird, but is that easier, or is this way that you're talking about here with the web fetch easier? Not one of my best prompts. Okay, here's the trade-off. Let's hear it. Elementor stores its layout in serialized JSON blobs. It's technically readable, but it's deeply nested widget trees. Yeah, the rendered front end. So the visitor actually sees clean HTML with content, structures, etc. Way more straightforward. My recommendation, give me both, but for different reasons. For the page layouts, do that. For the dynamic content, do that. Okay. Here's what would be most helpful. If you could save these web pages the same way you save them. Ah, fuck. All right, that's a little pain in the ass. All right, I'll go save them all. Start that up. All right, this is where we work together as a unit here. All right, so basically what it's telling me to do is I need to go out here. I need to look at this list, and I need to just do all this bullshit. So pretty much it's like go to Pages, QCL Astro, so cool. All right, so it's basically go to Pages, and it's open almost all of these and just go from there. So yeah. So if I go view, about our story, view, shit, view, oh, that's not great. There's nothing even in about. And then meet the team and residential services, commercial services. I mean, I just, as somebody that doesn't want to design shit ever, and like the thing can design better than I can, and that's just not where the best use of my time is. Like I can steer it and orchestrate it, but like I don't want to do that. This is just so much better because now I can create this. It's better for me. It's better for the clients. Seriously. Because then I can come in here and I can actually just tell it what to do, and I can bring the visions to life way easier. Gallery, testimonials, and obviously they're free to go do this if they want, but this is easier in a sense, but it's not like it's what I'm doing here is still like skilled. Like you have to know how to do this shit. Careers. Okay. And contact. This is going to be such a pain in the ass. I really don't want to go save all these. Maybe. Fuck it. I could just drop them all in here and be real. Yep. I'm dropping them all in. Actually, I could just press Control S, can't I? Yes, I can. Boom. Oh, Control T. No, that's the wrong thing. Control Tab. Control Tab. Control S. Enter. 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 Control Tab. Control S. This should be an agent doing this right here. What am I doing this for? I'm a human. Shouldn't be doing this. All right. And then let's try one of these. Hopefully it's smart enough to understand all this. I'll give it this too. We're experimenting today here, boys. All right, they're all in there, dude. I think they're all in there for you, bud. Let's see what it said. Oh, it's still going. What the hell? I gotta have it. Well, am I even gonna be, it's interesting. How is this even gonna work? I mean, I guess it should work, right? If we had localhost for the front end, we should be able to pull the data in, like not really dynamically, but sort of dynamically. Okay, build successful full API connected verification, 20 pages, da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. Astro build here, API layer, pagination, less than 4 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Build time, Astro way, okay. Whether you're got the page saved ready. I downloaded a bunch of pages. They're in this directory here. Just gonna just see a bunch of my stuff there. What else should I do here? The form is going to be annoying. I don't think it's doing anything crazy, though. Huh. Ah, shit. I have 2 sets of forms here. Okay, there's only 2, though. Don't ever use 2 form plugins. It's just, that's me being an idiot because I started with Jet Form Builder way back when, and now it's, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bad practice. All right, 5 agents. Oh, Jesus. I've got 5 agents running in parallel. Thank you for deploying the subs. Running in parallel, each homepage, service area, meet the team, residential, remaining unique templates. They're all crunching through the HTML. Once they finish, I'll have a complete picture of every unique layout pattern. While those are running, I noticed you don't have careers page itself. I must have moved too quickly through those. I mean, there's probably enough realistically, but this is the careers page, not on there. Save. Yeah, seemingly not on there. Careers page, and what was the other one? Contact. Did it not go in for some reason? Hello? Oh, it's right. Was it there first? Was it there a second ago? I don't know. All right, what's next here? I don't know where it's getting this Playfair display at. I don't think that's an actual font that's on here. Where am I going next? What's the other thing? Contact. All right, I think we can get rid of most of these. Delete. There wasn't really, well, there was, maybe there was before, you know. There wasn't really a contact page. I mean, there might be. I don't really know what this is right now. Okay, this is the contact page. Okay, I don't think I have this. So let me save it. I guess it would tell me immediately. Okay, so schedule consultation. We're not using this right now. Okay, cool. I think I redirected that or something. Lovely. Where are we at here? Agents, shared header template, shared title hero, shared JetEngine listing grids. Service analysis is, I mean, also just again, so you understand, like, look how sad this is. Like, this is not good. I'm not proud of this, but like at the time I wasn't a designer, wasn't really getting like, you know, it needs to be updated heavily. So from a design perspective, but you know, with this type of thing, we can do that. We can definitely do it faster. My face is kind of in the way here. Maybe I should swap these. Go here, go here. Yeah, cool. All right, scroll. Okay. I'm trying to think if I do this in if I start this in localhost, again, it is the front end, so we should end up seeing some stuff. Hopefully it doesn't look like shit. This is really interesting. Like, this isn't complex, like, at all, realistically. It's literally just an API. You're just using a WordPress website as an API, and nobody is going to the WordPress website anymore. Like, it's not on the same URL. It's not being hit for anything. It's being hit one time per change, unless you need something more dynamic. Like, it's no different than a static site, because it is a static site. It just got its information. Instead of it being hard-coded, it just got its information from somewhere else the one time or not the one singular time, but whenever the last build was, which you could obviously make, automated builds and stuff, but you really don't need to. You only need build when you change shit, which is amazing. Okay, what the hell are we doing here? Third-party integrations to handle. Okay, we'll deal with this stuff. Let's deal with this stuff as we get through this, because I'm not dealing with it right now. All right, updated header and footer. Okay, good. Footer and header looks solid. Also, let me update the Instagram link to mesh. If this actually works, this is going to be like really impressive. If I pop open a localhost right now and it's on and it looks the same, I'm going to be so impressed. Now, that said, I did my Motive 11 website. The very first time I did that, I actually designed that in like using like TypeScript, React, or whatever in Google AI Studio. And then I moved it. I did the same exact type of process. I put it in here. I said, hey, change this to Astro, make it all, make it better in Astro, because it was like in the wrong technology. It didn't have, it didn't have like slugs, basically, like URLs for everything. It just had like one singular root and then kind of like views instead of pages. And that was amazing. That worked fantastically. So I don't, Astro, WordPress API layer, design tokens. I still don't know where the play fair display is. That's probably an artifact somehow, because I don't think any of this is play fair display. Yeah, well, that's broken. I don't know what that is. It never gets. I don't know. Fonts are not a big deal in this project specifically here, so it's not a big deal. Page hero component, base layout, all 5 pages, analysis. Okay, completed. Okay, next up, the big chunk. Building out the actual page templates. Okay. In order since last. Inner pages using the standard template. Service listing pages. Want me to keep going, or do you want to... Oh, it's compacting. Stop here and pick it up fresh next time. This is a good checkpoint. Everything interesting. I don't know why it said that. Maybe it knew. I don't think it knew it was going to compact. I'm not sure. We got to wait for it to compact. I really want to see it, but I don't know if it actually built anything yet. It doesn't sound like it actually did. I'm going to need some things. I'm going to need... Fuck. The form stuff might actually suck. How complex is this? This one actually might suck too, because it's like on a page. I don't know why I keep saying things might suck. It won't suck at all. This stuff's way easier because you just tell it what to do and it'll just do it. Like it's not harder. It's really not. Okay, it's just sending it. Just send it, bud. Just send her, bud. I don't really think there's anything else I can do. Like I would open another one and try something, but I don't think there's anything overly helpful. I mean, I'm trying to think like moving forward what I'm gonna have to do. I'd have to set up a Cloudflare Pages. Well, realistically, I should probably make a repo. GitHub repo, Cloudflare Pages, if that's where I want to host. And then those two things would be the front end. Yeah, that's generally it. I mean, I guess I could do that. GitHub. The GitHub. Gotta go to my organization. Gotta go to repositories. Gotta go to new repository. Gotta go to just call it QCL. It's fine. Or we can call it QCL Astro, I guess. Private, create repository. Cool. Here's our thing. Lovely. Okay. Got a question. If I give this, don't do anything with this, but if I gave one of these types of, if I gave one of these types of URLs to somebody, if somebody saw this, they can't upload to this repo unless they're like logged in, right? I'm just kind of confused on this because I've been just grabbing this link and then bringing it into Claude Code, and then I'm able to push directly to there. But I think I'm authenticated. I think I had to authenticate first. Is that accurate? Or my point is, if I showed this on like a live stream or like a video, would somebody be able to upload to this private repo? The fuck did I just? There we go. Yeah. Cool. Lovely. Thank you. Use the AI for all of your needs. All of your needs. Okay. It's doing some stuff. Creating all templates. I mean, it's creating Astro templates. I mean, I guess that's probably the best. I don't know. Problem is, I get to this point and I'm just like, well, I don't want the site to look like this anymore. This was a limitation of what I could put together myself. I'm no longer limited by that anymore. 3 job pages, 5 service pages. Let me now tackle the home page, the most complex page. Let me review the home page. Bro, if this does what I needed to do manually and wanted to pull my hair out, if it does it in like less than, whatever this is, less than an hour of a full, like a full rebuild, and I'm able to deploy this thing too, I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, it's literally unbelievable. I'm in such a position. If you're watching these, like, I'm in a position, man, where like I am taking in so much stimulus from the stuff that I'm doing and the stuff that I'm seeing other people doing, and I'm just trying to explain it to people that have not seen the light yet on this. This is wild. Like, the problem is when ego and skill, love for your skill and like identity, like skill identity crises happen, and it's like, I understand it, but man, dude, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, if you love designing and that's all you knew, then I guess I'd kind of understand that was one of the things that could happen. But like, do you not enjoy solving problems? Like, I enjoy like orchestrating and solving problems so much more. Maybe I'm not like everyone though. I don't know. I do wish that I do still, like I said, I do still need to do these live because this is annoying that I have to like wait like this, and I don't really have something else that I could do. And if I did something else completely, then it wouldn't be wouldn't be great for the video or even just this session at all. So, okay, all dynamic content's created. Here's a summary of everything that's built. 18 pages generated. Okay, where did we get the 18 number? I don't know where we got the 18 number, but service card still pending. Okay, build deploy gallery page contact sub pages. When we continue with design and build page next. Yeah, can we just look at the fucking thing real quick? Is that possible? All right, so great work. Can we start localhost, and can we like actually see this yet? I'm kind of confused on where we're at. Like, did you what you have to explain this a little bit better, because I don't know. I have never done this. I've used Astro, but I've never done the headless stuff. So if I go into this directory right now, am I going to see an Astro project and then it's going to have data pulled in from the API, or is it not going to have anything in there? Is it just variables? Like, what's the deal there? Like, are we going to be able to look at this? Are we going to be able to pull this up on localhost, and then I could change something in WordPress and it changes here? Is that something we could do? Or yeah, just help me with this this part of the process. What does this look like? Astro, public, okay. I don't know the entire file structure of this. Careers, FAQs. Okay. Testimonials. Okay, let's see here. Great questions. Okay, what you have now, a fully functioning Astro project. When you hit the server, when you hit the dev server, when you run the dev server, it will hit your live WordPress API, pull down the data, render the HTML files. This is fucking awesome. Okay. How the live up in dev mode, Astro.dev runs every time you refresh the page. Oh shit, really? Okay. In production, it fetches once. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me click this here. Okay, so I guess it just refreshed there to make that happen. All right, so this is kind of an important stage that we're at here, right? So this is what it did so far. I don't know why that's not coming through, but that's a fix that's possible. In all seriousness, this is not a 1-to-1, but it's pretty fucking close. This is a embed that I didn't have in there. This was a picture. I don't know what happened here. But I mean, again, like this is annoying because this looks bad, and it's because it's literally bad. Like I didn't do a good job like designing this site because I'm not a fucking designer. So our story, okay, it's missing some images. I'm not sure why it's missing images. That's pretty impressive. That looks better than it did. This shit, I feel like it actually was this font before, and then I messed it up somehow, or an update messed it up or something. Dude, this is fucking sick. Oh my God. It took, I mean, obviously this looks better than what I had before. It took the design that was there, and I'm not saying this is award-winning by any means. It's very simple, but I'm saying this looks better. I don't know if it's just like an Elementor thing. I don't know what it is. Like, why does this, am I just crazy? Maybe it's this weird ass shadow that I had on here. This just looks better. Like it just feels better. Like even though it's still bad, like it's not great. It's objectively not impressive, but it just feels better than whatever the hell this was that I had on here before. I just love that. Oh my God. I didn't even tell it to use the front end design skill, but it wasn't really designing anything. It was kind of just doing its own thing. Still need, I need these review things on here. I don't know why I wasn't able to like grab that somehow though from all these pages, but I think it's all mostly the same. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why those aren't working, but I think that's probably a separate thing. Okay, this is an issue with these ampersands, but wow. Wow. I wonder what happens there. I wonder where that goes. Dude, this is unbelievable. This is genuinely unbelievable. We got to work on those still, obviously. Bro, I mean, it's been an hour, and it's because I had to figure out how to do the whole thing. Like, I mean, oh my God. Like, what are we even doing here, dude? You know what I mean? Like, what are we even fucking doing anything manually for ever? Oh my God. I'm so geeked. All right. So, okay. So a couple things here. What is the bad thing? What are the bad things? Okay. I was looking at everything too. So it's not even pulling live data from your site, refreshes when it refreshes. I actually want to try that though real quick. Let's just try something. This is fucking crazy. Let's try. These ampersands are kind of killing me, but that's kind of like a separate issue. Let me try something simple. Murraysville. I think the way that I did this was I went to, this a long time ago I built this. If I go to services, if I go to Murraysville, yeah. All right, let me just try something super simple. Let me put a star right here. Just for a hot second. And then let me come back into this. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's amazing. That is amazing. It's not even hard to wrap your mind around once you do this one time. That's amazing. Oh my God. All right. I got to deal with these maps and stuff because that might be a problem. I don't know exactly. We gotta figure it all out. But this is so much better. It's unbelievable. Okay. All right. We got to fix some shit though because this is obviously a mess in certain places. All right. What is it? What is it saying? In depth. Okay. What did it? Homepage is finished. I'm promoting. Already ready to move on. Whatever you want. Design, build. What else did it have in this thing here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely go ahead and do the design and build page. That would be great. That's obviously the most important one. It needs to like feel like the website, even though I probably, now that I have this, I will probably end up redesigning to some degree at some point, but let's not worry about that right now. This is amazing. Here's the deal though. I need to we need I need to understand a couple more things because I don't know. This looks really good in a lot of ways, but there's some things that are wrong and missing and confusing me. Like for instance, you're loading like the video on the homepage, you're loading the team member images, you're loading some of the images for the service areas, but you're missing like the logo on the top of the website in the header. You're missing like the gallery of images. You're missing some other stuff like that. And I'm not sure if you know that you're missing them. You're missing the stuff on like the story page. Maybe it's because those things are in like widgets within JetEngine or something. Maybe they're in like gallery widgets within JetEngine. That could potentially be something that I'm thinking about. And then I need to get you the information for these reviews. I need to get you like the snippets for those. But again, even with that, I can you see? I think it's maybe a short code, so maybe you can't see it. But I don't think all of the things are the same, so we might have to clean that up kind of one by one because they're all in a different format. Every like where they're at. Some of them are in grids, some of them are in like one column, whatever, etc. So yeah, all of that stuff. What are we thinking there? Okay. I want to finish this thing here. I'm going to slide this over to the other one while it responds so I can go into my, what I've used to this point, which, fuck, I don't even know if we really need to. Oh boy. I got an idea. I might try to get rid of this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Trust Index, but it's a nice little tool. But again, in the age of AI and the age of, if you have to do something with a SaaS that's like really like heavy or impressive and like a lot of things, then maybe obviously you still use a SaaS. I don't think SaaS is dead. It's definitely not going to be dead because not every, like I'm doing this, but there's no way I think this is amazing and easy, but no, there's so many people watching, maybe not watching, but so many people in the world that are never going to do this in their entire fucking life. And they're just going to be SOL because they're not going to be able to, they're still going to have to continue to buy SaaS and do all this other stuff. I'm not saying I won't buy SaaS. That's not what I'm saying. But most like I'm so much more empowered. So, and you could be as well. But I'm trying to think this thing right here. It's just Trust Index. It's just a place where you make businesses and then you can have little widgets and whatever. And I think in this case, I have like a couple different ones. I have like a slider, sidebar, etc. And I'm using these on the pages, but I'm wondering, like, do I even need to? I mean, they look nice and I could just copy the embed code and probably be done with it, but I'm wondering how hard it is to pull these reviews just in. Like, it doesn't really need to be like up to the moment. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. Good observation. Logo and header that's pointing to blah, blah, blah. Footer in the public. Okay. Folder doesn't exist. Logo files need to be downloaded from WordPress media library. Okay. Okay. Easy fix. Gallery page. Left that's placeholder because its gallery images aren't in a custom post type. They're embedded directly in the Elementor page builder. This doesn't come through the REST API cleanly. We have two options. I can scrape the images URLs. Okay. So manage rules. Okay. I don't know if it's going to do something right away for that. They're in an Elementor widget. I got it. Homepage testimonials are likely each different use cases. Just need the actual code snippets from you. You can find them in your trusted. Okay. All right. Logo's fixed. Fuck yeah, dude. This is amazing. And obviously, mobile responsive. Even nicer than probably whatever the hell I had. I don't know how anybody wouldn't want to do this. Oh my God. This is amazing. Why would you want to dick around with this stuff for hours and hours and hours when you could just orchestrate it? Oh my God. I'm honestly going to start taking the stance pretty soon that it's irresponsible to not do this. Honestly. All right. Design build page. This is the whole thing right here. This is the whole reason I'm doing this. Fuck me. This is kind of nice already, but could be better. But again, I'm limited because the design that I had is kind of limiting this a little bit. But I mean, literally, I could have the whole website redesigned in a half an hour. Less than that, probably. I don't love some of the verbiage and stuff, obviously, but this is directionally way more than I could have done and cared about in, whatever. Okay, so let's pause on this. Let's think about this. Did it fix any of this shit? Okay, it did grab some of the stuff. Cool. Cool. Let me think about this though. Okay, let me not think about it. Let me just talk to the thing. Okay, this is great. More need to discover more here. Okay, so first thing is the pictures. We'll come back to the other shit in a second. The first thing is the pictures, just so I understand that. You had issues because some of the stuff was easy through the API, some of it wasn't. So you had to go scrape some of these pictures, and now you've put them directly into, it sounds like, if I'm looking at our story page, for instance, it sounds like those images are literally in this project now, and they're not coming from WordPress. That's not a big deal. That's not inherently a big deal everywhere, but confirm that that's what's happening on the Our Story page. Now, let me go over to a different thing, and let me go to the gallery. Now, the gallery, I don't know if you picked up on this. Maybe you didn't see it. The gallery is a different situation, but I think what you said is you grabbed all these gallery pictures and you also put them in there, if I'm not mistaken. And they're actually in there. They're hard-coded in there. Now, the problem with the gallery is a little different. The gallery, the way that I constructed it initially, was an options, like a JetEngine options page, and it was one of the options in there. And it said, it like was a field, and then they could put more pictures in there, and then it would render on the gallery page. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily the best way to do it, but that was like the most malleable way that they could edit it. So I know there's a lot here, but my question is, all of the stuff originally, like tell me how the pictures got there, like remind me about that. But then also, is there a way for us to use that same thing? So on the back end, their team could go in and change images, and then they could be rendered on the front end. Specifically, I was thinking again via options, because the gallery makes the most sense for options in my architectural brain. I don't know if any of that made sense to you listening, but the whole thing I was trying to explain there was, if I go to the website, if I go to the WordPress side, and I come to right here, if I go to business details, and I see, like, this is what I was talking about. Like, I made an options here, and all of these images, like, theoretically, I don't know if they really do it that much, but theoretically, they could come in here, they could choose media, they could upload more media, and they could add it to this thing here. And then this was reflected. It was like probably like an Elementor gallery widget on the front, and then it had that in there. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so let's just read this. So team member headshots, these come through the API cleanly. Yeah, obviously, yeah, okay. Service area hero, same thing. Gallery image, I scraped them. They're hard-coded in array, not dynamic right now, right? Our story, same thing. Got it. So yes, the gallery and our story images are pointing towards the WordPress URLs. I just thought of something that we're probably going to have to deal with that later, because it's not going to go to this. It's not going to go to these. It's not going to go to those things. Pause. I have to answer a phone call from my wife. Back in action. Here we go. Okay, so what we're doing here. All right. So I'm going to have to change this, like I was saying. I'm definitely going to have to change that to like CMS or whatever, which is going to be weird because then it's going to say WP content on there. And I kind of already tried that once. Wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Does it fetch the shit? I gotta understand this real quick. Does it fetch the URLs, or does it hard code them in there? It doesn't download all these ones from the API, obviously. So those ones, like if I went to, what I'm trying to explain poorly here is if I click this and I inspect this on my dev, that says WP content. But are they all going to say that? Because that would be kind of confusing. No. This is hard-coded. Okay. Kind of confused. Not going to lie. Why this one? Because the page isn't... I can't go edit a page and bring it in here. Right? I gotta double check that. This is a weird way to do this, obviously. So I'm trying to like backward. And it's my first time doing this, so I want to like kind of understand it. But all right, one thing at a time. But the list of which images is baked into the code. Nobody can add or remove them. Yeah. Now the JetEngine pages approach, options pages approach. That's actually a perfect solution. Absolutely works with the API. Okay. You create or already have a JetEngine page. Call it gallery settings or whatever. And then okay. It didn't, for some reason. It must not have seen that because I exposed that earlier. Site-wide content. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Problem. JetEngine built-in REST API requires authentication. You can hit the custom. Okay. Returns image data. Ashley is okay. Option page as usual. Astro fetches the thing. Use CCT. Interesting. Own database can expose or create gallery images. I don't really know if that's the way to go. Password auth. Create an application password. I could probably do that, but it's zero code. Ashley already knows it. JetEngine, St. Paul. But if you already have options, this page is set up, one exposed and one. Okay. All right. There's a fucking ton of things that I need to deal with here. Okay. All right, buddy. The first problem is that I get paranoid with this thing because it's been acting up recently. So hang on a second. Okay. So the first problem is we need to slow this down a little bit. All right. The first question is this JetEngine options pages. I need you to look at the REST API because I am already exposing. I have one options page. Like when you go into JetEngine, you create an options page. You can have multiple of them. I only have one. It's called business details. And I need you to go do whatever you do to go look at the API and find this thing because it's called business details and it is exposed. It's set to be exposed in the REST API. So first thing is tell me if you see the information in there because it's not just gallery images. It's about like 8 or so fields that are kind of like variables that were potentially used throughout the website, but we don't need to necessarily do this. Like it would be cool to have this concept, and if we do this concept in Astro, that's great. If not, like whatever. But that is, it exists already, right? And if our data is supposed to be managed over in WordPress, then let's try to keep it that way if possible. But just go see if you can grab this data. It should be things like Facebook page URL, Instagram profile, URL, website CTA, phone number, gallery images. See if you can find those fields in the options thing. I don't know if it's going to be able to find them. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but I'm pretty sure I exposed everything right here. Where the fuck is it? JetEngine. Where are you, JetEngine? Thank you. Options pages right here. Right here. Maybe. Oh, really? I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like these are all on, you know. So it's like this part isn't on. Let's see if there's a different way. I mean, there's probably a different way. I don't want to add shit if I don't have to. Like, I don't want to add functions. I don't want to add plugins. I never want to do that stuff. I don't see an endpoint for JetEngine option page values to get options pages in the admin only. Okay, dude. Yeah, I get it. We could do it some other way. I understand. I wanted to try to do it as natively as possible, if at all possible. REST API toggle doesn't create an anonymous endpoint. Okay, simple fix, add code thing. Also, you can tell me the exact slug of the option page if you created it. Let me just fucking give you this, dog. Let me give you that, dog. There you go. I understand you can't access it, but can you go to the page and tell me the slug? Dude, yeah, I'm showing it to you, dog. I'm showing it to you, dog. Here you go. Look. Here. Taste and see, okay? Come on, take a look at it. Okay, here, whatever. I'm probably doing something wrong. There's probably like there should be a setting here that would say like show in the REST API, you would think. But maybe, oh. Slug is business details. Oh, wait, what? What are we snippeting? Why are we writing that into the snippet? That's not. Okay, listen. I'm not entirely sure why options would not be exposed in the REST API, because if I go into any of those fields, I'm almost certain that this is not the case and we have to do something different. Because listen, when there's 8 of the fields, and inside the fields they look exactly like meta fields from post types. So in there's an option that says show in the REST API, and I have them all turned on. So those should be available there. Now, I understand the actual options page might not be, but I need you to go out and I need you to search to see how to expose the actual options page, if at all possible, in the REST API. Like, find that out via JetEngine or something. I'm thinking there's something else we have to do. There's no way, though, that we have to manually expose all of the fields, because they definitely are exposed. The options thing, maybe, but I think it's like a different. It's probably, I'm suspecting it's something different, because, yeah, so just search JetEngine options page REST API. Yeah, bro. Is it just going to get them all independently, though, still? Is that what's going to happen? Because, like, we have to do it like that? That'll suck. It doesn't make any sense, though. Why don't can I just go to the fucking thing? Where's the thing at? What actually is this? I don't know what it is. Is it WP? Let me see it. What are we doing here? Found it. Add options page to REST API. It's a feature request. I mean, JetEngine is not. Son of a bitch. Come on, dog. 2022. You can add. What? Filed. the fuck is that, dude? Fuck, man. Default as array storage. Okay. Create a custom content type called site settings with the same 8 fields. Enable in the REST API to toggle it, but it works but's clunky. The GitHub issue management. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing it this way. It's just like, all right, whatever. Look, I'm not opposed to doing option A. Two things though. I would really rather not do it in the code snippet plugin. I'd rather, is this something that I could probably put in functions.php, I would imagine. I try to avoid code snippet plugins. I haven't done anything in a while, and I wouldn't need to do it moving forward. So I really don't need the code snippets plugin because the only thing in there is related to like the UI within the website part itself that we don't need anymore. Like it's really wouldn't be necessary. So first question is, can we do it in functions.php? Second question is, I guess, what do you need from me? I guess I can just give you all of those fields. I still don't understand how you can't see them, and I don't understand how grabbing them with codes. I don't understand that very much. Yeah, I'm just kind of lost on that right now. I kind of want to stop spinning my wheels on this. All right. There you go. Cool, that works. Your second question, let me explain. Here's what's happening. JetEngine options page stores the values in WP options table, not in post meta. Okay. Okay, where you toggle that on. Okay. Okay, so this is like a huge oversight and very stupid of JetEngine, which, you know, they like, why is there not a toggle to turn this on? That seems unbelievably stupid. Is there actually no way to not do? Is there actually no way to do that? I'm going to look one more time in here, but I don't think it's going to be in here at all. And then the content types, like, I don't know. There's not going to be shit in here. No. Cool. Great. All right. So whatever. So then if I went to, this is weird though, because wait a second. That's actually weird because then I'm going to use hello and wouldn't I be, no, not here. What am I doing? Get out of that. Where's my functions.php file? Is that not an option? This is not where I want to go. Am I losing my mind? Isn't there supposed to be a fucking... Am I actually losing my mind right now? I might be. Does Hello Elementor not have the fucking option to get in there? Or am I could be an idiot. Very, very possible. Could be lost. I don't know. I don't know. Might have to use the fucking code snippets plugin for right now. Let's see. All right. So read only. Okay. All right. Whatever, dude. Let me just give you this. Okay. Look, here's here's the slugs. Here's the whole options page. And I was looking for functions.php, but I could be an idiot. Isn't that normally in appearance and then like theme editor or something like that? And I have the hello theme from Elementor, and I'm not seeing a way to do it, to grab it, to put it in there or what have you. I'm not normally, I know what I'm looking for. It's like you see the files on the right hand side, you see the code and on to the left. and you're able to find functions.php and put it in there. But I'm not seeing that. Is that a known thing that I'm just, I could be losing my mind unless it's somewhere else. And yeah, I guess I might have to use the Snippets plugin. But technically, I won't have to. I wouldn't have to because Hello Elementor would be gone anyway because we wouldn't need it in like longer term, like full picture if we were building this from scratch. But just educate me there. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Still kind of confused on this though. The WordPress theme editor appearance, theme file. Oh, it was removed as a security measure. You got to be kidding me. You got to be fucking kidding me. When did that happen? Like very recently? Create a file at... All right. Well, just for now, I'm gonna put this in the I'm gonna put this in the code snippets thing, and hopefully the website doesn't break. Snippets. Add new. Bang. Get rid of that. Don't break. Astro REST API. That's technically not what that's for. It's for there we go. Okay. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. All right, that's it. Hit Should have checked that first. That looks like something. Looks like something. That only looks like one image though. That's kind of weird. That might be a code issue. It might only be grabbing the first one. Okay. We are quite wilding right now. Okay, so where are we at? Did that work? Yeah, it did. All right, let me compact actually. Shit. I wanted to compact, but I kind of want to fix this. Okay, so one thing that I'm seeing here is that worked. And I mean, you can go hit it and see it for yourself. It looks like it's grabbing everything, but it doesn't look like it's grabbing all of the images. I could be wrong though. It looks like it's only grabbing like one of the gallery images. And I didn't change the gallery at all, so it should have a lot of pictures in there. I'm trying to think of more stuff that we need to do. I need to understand that image situation because I don't understand why these all, like in theory, these should all be coming from WP content, but I don't know why they're coming from WP content right now. Because like, I think what it did was it just, there's two ways, there's three ways you can do this from what I understand, right? You can just download the pictures and upload them into your Astro images file and then serve them, like, serve them to the website effectively, right? Build them into the website, serve them from the host, for whatever, right? That's one. The second way, I mean, there's more than three ways or whatever, but you could also do the same type of thing from like a CDN or whatever. But the second way in our context is you can just reference the images, right? Like you could just say, like, if this image right here, this first one or whatever that I made here is like WP content uploads, whatever, right? Like this is just in the code, because we're not looking in the code right here. We're looking at like the end rendered code. That could say in the code, like just that hard coded in there, like that link. It's and the other link would have been /images, and that's like in our code base here, that our Astro code base. This one could be, and like how I suspect it is right now, because this isn't dynamic yet, this is just, it's a hard-coded link, but it's not to our images. It's to the WordPress image URL that it's scraped out of the thing. That is not exactly what we want in this case right here. And I would argue we never want that, because I think I either want to host the images in Astro, or I want the images to be dynamically served from my CMS of WordPress. There's no real reason in my head that I could think of that I would want my CMS to just hold media and then be just blatantly, like, hard-codedly referenced. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. I got to ask about the page thing too. Okay. Oh, Jesus. There's a lot more here now. It's treating gallery images as a simple array, but it's challenging. Okay. You need to upload the snippet to raw data. Okay, whatever. I trust you here. I didn't think it was going to one-shot this necessarily. All right. Turn on the damn button, JetEngine. Implement the button. Additions are 3 debug. They'll show me. Oh. Okay, go give it a shot. Shit. That's obviously not going to fix it. Fuck. Not ideal. Suboptimal. So yeah, I need to think of 3 things here. I need to make sure, which I'm almost certain that's what happened. It didn't actually, there's no ties to the pages anymore. Like there can't possibly be. Because there's no way that if you change something in Elementor or you change something in a block editor or whatever, it's going to show over here. That maybe that's possible, but that's not what I'm trying to do, and that's not what I'd love to do. Again, just so we're all clear here, if you're still watching an hour and 15 in and you're confused, what I want to do, even though this is like a weird project and a weird example here, it's really helpful for understanding. What I want to do is I had an Elementor WordPress website, and I want to, my experiment was to essentially create a situation where the front end, the design part of the website is completely non-WordPress. It's just Astro. Astro is, again, framework, JS framework, everything like that. Excuse me, that you could just vibe code very easily. And it's headless WordPress. So like the information is stored on WordPress and you can edit it and you can change everything there, but then it just builds a new front end from that dynamic data. And then there's a lot of bonuses from that because now I can design better. I'm still wondering what that process is like, to be honest, because I'm sure it's going to be relatively straightforward, but like with things like options, it's like you'd have to tell it to use the options in the certain places so it doesn't get mixed up. But that's neither here nor there right now. We're not at that point yet. So 19 pages, build clean gallery is now, okay, I don't know what the fuck we did here. All other fields, I know it just, it compacted. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It compacted and I think I might've got confused. We'll have to see here. All right, gallery. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay, look, you compacted. I think you compacted. Did you wait, maybe you didn't. It didn't compact? I thought I swear to God it said it compacted. Let me update the footer. Is there shit here? I'm super confused. Let me verify the build works in the API integration. Okay, the gallery is now fully dynamic, pulling all 60 images from the WordPress. I could simply fix this. I could just go like this. I could just simply know right away. All we were trying to do here was just go in here and just go like this. Let me just add any image in here for just a moment. I mean, it could be anything. This could be this fucking calendar, whatever. Let me just save that real quick. Again, should you be doing this live? Because technically, I just did that, and the cool part and the bad part, fucking sick part, is that it worked. The bad part, technically, is that I just changed that on the live website as well at the same exact time. Like this is the WordPress, straight up WordPress website. And obviously the gallery loads obnoxiously slow there too. See, that's actually sick though. This is unbelievable. I love this shit. Oh man, I love this. Okay, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. All right, save that real quick. Okay, cool. We're back. We're Gucci. Okay, so the Google review URL. Okay, I don't know if that changed anything specifically. It should have changed these, but I don't know if it actually did change those appropriately. Oh, did it change them? But they're hard-coded. They can be wired up to auctions whenever you want. Same pattern. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want you to go around and change like the Facebook, Instagram stuff. You don't have to change. Well, yeah. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and change anything that you think, anything where you see, like I do want, that's the whole reason to use that. If I'm going to continue to have the options there, I want you to do that. So for this project, yes, make sure that everything else is any of those things around the site that use those options. Make sure that they're all tied together so we could change that at the WordPress on the WordPress side of things through the options page. I actually care about this much, much less, to be completely honest, than I did when I was in WordPress, because again, options pages are amazing. They're literally amazing. Okay. If you are in WordPress and that's your main thing, like even the gallery makes total sense still, because they could come in here and they could change stuff. The phone number, the address, I would say that there should be that concept definitely exists in Astro. Man, I'm gonna be honest. Like, what are some things that they would need to change? Here's how my methodology changes. I'll just run this to you right now. Right. Here's how my methodology changes if I'm doing it like this versus all in WordPress, and I don't have the option to be more versatile. What I would probably do What I'd probably do differently now is these things are in options because there's no better place to put them. But the reality of the situation is the stuff that should be in options are stuff that are not post types. They're like, I think of them sometimes as like variables effectively that could be changed. Like they're not really really variables, but like things that you need to change that don't fit into like a post situation. So these types of things are great to put in here. The reality is though, you can have one source of truth and then reference them elsewhere. That's the idea. But the reality is you're very rarely going to change this. Most businesses, right, are very rarely going to change this, change any of these, really. Like how often is any of this shit going to change? Maybe your address, maybe your CTA. A lot of people don't even do this. This is a me thing. The CTA URL. Realistically, I probably shouldn't even do that one. Because the thing is now, like when you're vibe coding, the thing is so good at going and grabbing all of the instances just from you saying something that you could change stuff instantly. You don't even need this anymore. Now, this down here, given our current status, our current way of doing this thing, this absolutely should stay. I should actually just move, I should get rid of all these or whatever, or move this to the top, because my client, if they come to this page, which again, I'm not really sure how often they come to this page. They do some other stuff. But if they came to this page and they wanted to change some of the gallery images, immediately they should see this and they should be able to edit it. I should pretty much, if I was building from scratch, and if I do another build from scratch where WordPress is the CMS, which I may have to do here soon, then I won't put much at all in these business details, because I'll just have Astro manage that. Because there's not really a big reason, I don't think, to do this, or I'd at least be less care about it. Because here's the thing, realistically, right? Two situations like this in WordPress or vibe coding, the front end. Somebody comes to you and client comes to you and say, hey, Mark, we changed our phone number. We need you to change it all over the site. If you have that hard coded in, like literally written in your page builder everywhere, pain in the ass, potentially, right? If you have it as an option, easy fix, boom, boom, come in here. If you have it in Astro though, or vibe coding, it's still an easy fix, like incredibly easy. You just tell it to do it. You don't even have to type anything or do anything. And just having it here actually, to me, is more of a, I don't want to say security risk, but it's more of like a risk because your client could be in here and just accidentally mess any of these things up. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying if you were going to give it to your client, this is probably easier. But if you're going to give it to your client, you're probably not going to deal with the Astro thing that much either. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of like corner cases here because people will probably also say like, well, if you're building an Astro, then you can't give it away to your client because now they'd have to manage the Astro thing. I mean, that's like a fair thing, but like I've just never, ever, 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 ever operated in that sense. It's like I am not trying to, I'm trying to establish relationships with my clients. Like I'm not trying to give them a, like build a website for them and be done with it. Like every single time I've always ended up being like, we're going to build your website. We're going to host it for you. We're going to support it. We're going to maintain it. We're going to build more on it. Like that's just how I run. If you're not like that, then maybe you have to think differently. But honest to God, if you're building like that, you should probably just use a platform that's completely all in one anyway. I don't know why the fuck you're using WordPress because that's going to be just as hard of a situation, hard of a lift for them if they ever wanted to go solo without you anyway. You should probably build in Webflow. Webflow is even probably too much, like a Wix or something like that. Just not the business that I'm in. So I'd rather make my life easier, make my client's life better because we can move faster and just kind of, use that methodology. But I know that was a long ramble, but I was trying to wait for this to get this stuff done. I think I might have over jumped a little bit because I think that I don't think this was bad, but I think everything's probably still the same. But I gotta double check that all those things are good at some point here. So whatever. Okay, so let's see. Are we good here? Request an estimate. I don't like that it didn't bring my images in from this. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. All right. Key fix, the contact page and design build page both had the wrong phone number. Oh, that's great. Maybe they have the wrong phone number. I should double check that, but whatever. We'll come back to that. Okay, so here's the deal. I just want to triple check something, even though I'm almost 100% positive. In the current website, the one that we're not building here, the one that's on WordPress fully, the front end, all you did was you pulled out the HTML, the CSS, the structure, and everything like that from the Elementor, like basically outputted rendered styling of all that, right? So nothing in, if I go in right now, here's an example. I mean, I know this is 100% the case, but if I go into Elementor and I change things, it's obviously not going to change anything on this website. The only thing that's going to affect, the only thing that I can do in WordPress that will affect our new Astro site here is editing post types, adding post types, deleting post types, modifying information, and then our options that we linked up, right? Like it's not going to do anything else. We're not going to have to do anything else crazy or do anything. And then I guess my only other question with that is I understand roughly how Astro handles data, but I'm wondering like how is it different now that we're using this headless solution? Like, are you pulling in the fields and then storing them? You got to be, right? You're pulling in the field. You're like, Astro is pretty much stereotypical Astro, but you're at build time, you're filling in essentially, like, maybe they're not called variables, but you have like variables set for each one from like where to pull in from in the API, and you're filling the data in, right? And then it just kind of it just builds, and then it just renders statically. Pretty sure that's how that works. I love it when it tells me I'm right. Okay, I want to just double check about that, but I need to figure out this images thing for once and for all here, because I think right now there is technically a problem. And I will explain it to the AI in a moment. On the Astro handle, yes, exactly what you described. At build time, Astro runs the front matter code that comes in the WordPress in, then it Astro renders that in plain text. After build, 0 JavaScript, 0 API calls. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. let's talk about images for one more second here. Now, by my estimation, there are a few different ways that you can handle images in a setup like this. The first way is you could have like your own CDN somewhere else and serve that shit. But I'm using Cloudflare. Like unless I have a real need for a CDN, I don't need to deal with that. I'm not worried about that. That's not something that like I'm like particularly interested in dealing with or messing around with right now. I don't think that that makes an entire amount of sense, right? So let's just assume that that's not. Let's just assume that that's completely outside the scope of what we're trying to do. Second option is you have everything that's not dynamic loaded into the images folder in the Astro project, in the Astro like file system. I think that makes sense for almost everything that's not dynamic, because dynamic in the sense of WordPress dynamic, right? Like any post types or anything like that, or the gallery images. Because like for instance, there's an image on the homepage where it says over a half decade of experience. That image should, in my thought process, tell me if I'm wrong, should be in the images folder of Astro, because the user or the client cannot edit that in any way. We pulled it, from the Elementor thing as inspiration effectively. They can't edit that. There's no there's no hookup between the pages. Eventually, if we do our job properly here, Elementor and the block editor would have nothing on it inside that WordPress install, and would only be it'd be a blank website that holds data in the backend, is effectively what that would be, right? There'd be no front end. So this picture on my homepage here of this Astro site should not have a WP content link, right? It should not. It should probably be in our Astro thing. Okay, so all that. Then the next thing though is I think this is the problem from what that is. Anywhere on this website that is not pulled in dynamically from a post type or a gallery or options or anything like that, it should be in the images, right? I think we have some rogue things right now that we might have to clean up in that regard. And then again, the last thing is that it could have a WP content thing, which again, I don't know if that's like, you got to tell me if that's best practice or not, but it could have a WP content URL, but only if it's being pulled in dynamically, because there's no other option other than, I'm sure nobody does this. Like at build time, you would pull in all of those images into the file system and then reference them. I feel like that's unbelievably obnoxious and ridiculous, and nobody would do that. So the only other option would be to like put those on a CDN, I guess, but that's probably unnecessary. So I think that makes sense. Let me know what you think. That was long and obnoxious, but that's how I think about these things. This image is not editable by the user or whatever. The only way currently in this implementation, this image is going to get changed is if I vibe code something different and tell it to change this picture. So this image, I don't think should be in WordPress at all. There was a picture down here or somewhere else. I feel like that wouldn't have been in this video. Realistically, probably shouldn't be in WordPress, even though I know that's where it pulls it from right now. Like anything that they can change should be in WordPress. Anything that they can't edit should not be in WordPress. Yeah. Fuck, I love it when it tells me I'm right. Static images, the about photo background, those should live in the Astro public things. Okay, faster, more reliable. Dynamic images, team headshots, everything. Those stay in WordPress. You're right. Nobody pulls those into the file system build time. Textly is possible, but it's a mess. You'd be copying hundreds of files. Yeah, okay. And then the standard approach, headless WordPress, is exactly what you described. The HTML references the WP content URL directly, serves the WordPress images. That's what every major headless setup does. Vercel's. Okay, cool. Your WordPress, I didn't know Vercel had a WordPress starter. Your WordPress server is already acting as the CDN. Yeah, CDN. And we'd change that anyway, right? We'd change it to like CDN dot whatever. And then Cloudflare sits in front of it. That's the setup. No separate rules. Cool. Can the client edit images from WordPress? Yes. Okay. Is it in design? Okay. Perfect. Some rogue ones right now off the top of my head, the homepage about section. Yeah. Yeah, can you go through all the images and make sure they're downloaded into the public images thing, so we're not, so we abide by those rules? And the second thing is, specifically with this website, there is a beautiful video on the homepage. There's two things there. One, it's a real pain in the ass to upload that to WordPress because it is a larger file. It seemingly works pretty good right now, but I don't know if I don't know if we should really keep it in WordPress. Now, they don't typically change that. Normally they tell me to change it, and I change it manually. So your call on the video one. Is there a better way we should do that? Should we put that in like another, like a videos folder in Astro, or what are you thinking? To me, I feel like it should go in there because they can't change it. Absolutely go in the Astro project, same logic. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it's I think it's bigger than 50 megabytes, but not my best there probably, but it is what it is. This is actually pretty impressive. I mean, I still think that like this could be extremely better design, but that's so secondary to what I'm doing right now. It's unreal. It did miss some stuff though, now that I'm looking at it, because there was like a picture here and it's not there. It's a really weird layout, but that's not there. And I guess these go to these now. Okay, interesting. I'm going to ask it about the Google thing next. Yeah, I'm asking about Trust Index next. Fave icons are already there. Let me download the static stuff. I don't see a fave icon, but whatever. Fave icons have been actually kind of weird to me. I mean, maybe it's just localhost that doesn't load them. I'm not 100% sure on that. But fave icons, like, I somehow had I still might somehow. Sometimes I have a WordPress fave icon on this Mode of 11 site, and it's so far removed from WordPress at this point that maybe it's a caching thing. I don't know. It's probably like trying to build this every single time I'm touching this. Probably stop doing it. 310 megabytes. Don't do that. Don't do that. The file references. Cool. Motive 11. That's so nice. It must have known. I don't know what this bar does. I got to try this. Menu. Whoa, what is all this Astro stuff here down here? Bugs. Inspect. Audit. Ew. Accessibility. That's not good. Obviously deal with that at a later time. Missing content. Title tag. Should probably clean some of that up. Settings. Go bottom left with that from now on. I wonder if it's going to remember that. I wonder if that's a VS Code thing or I don't know. What was I going to say? Yeah, it was cool how it like automatically knew because it said find a tech on the last one. It's cool how it changed it. Okay, terrific. Reload. Is it still good? Seemingly still good. Inspect. Don't need this right now, dude. Don't need this right now, dude. Thank you. Images, lovely. I don't know if it's going to show this one properly. Yeah, it's kind of under there. I don't really care. I trust you. All right, so videos, boom, boom, boom. 0 WP content URLs remain anywhere in the template, only in WordPress images URL that are built with the HTML. We'd love to see it. Okay. What does it say? That's pretty hefty. You would deploy to Cloudflare Pages or wherever it would get edge cache, so visitors won't feel it, but it'll count against you on deploy size if Austin never gives you compressed version. We'll run through some. Okay, I could do that at some point, but it's not important right now. Okay, I need to figure out these reviews. Okay, cool. All right, so here's my next thing. The trust index reviews. I need to do a cost-benefit analysis and a thought process on this. I'm literally bringing stuff in from Google and Facebook. Trust Index is a great little platform, but I've removed so many layers of abstraction now that like I'm doing this directly in the code that I hypothesize that you might be able to pull some of these. I don't know what goes into this though. Is it as simple how hard / easy is it to bring in Google reviews and maybe Facebook reviews? If I give you the page and the Google, review, my Google Business Profile link, and can we bring those in? Can we store those locally so we don't have to use Trust Index anymore to do that stuff? Can we make it? I'm sure we can make it like look half decent and all that. Can we do a little quick cost benefit analysis on time, energy, any sort of like API stuff that we would need? I don't know if we would need anything for that, versus just using Trust Index. I'm not opposed to using Trust Index. I just, since we're in this situation and we could potentially build our own little micro solution for this problem. Tell me what would go into that, and if you think that's a good idea. I don't know the answer to this question. The problem: Google does not have a free public API for calling Google Places API. Part of that lets you fetch reviews, but requires Google Cloud. That sucks. Workaround: people use third-party services like Trust Index. Have bulk agreements. Okay. Son of a bitch. That sucks hard. Might have to just continue to use Trust and might have to just use it for now because a testimonials page. That's a lot of time, bro. How the fuck is it going to take that long? I don't think it would take that long because I think you would just have to manually curate reviews, build a nice reviews component, and then add. I don't hate this. You know what I mean? It's not overly dynamic, which I don't like. It's not really like true, so to speak, right? Because that's not going to be always reflected in a way. Where is the... Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here now. It's great, but whatever. It's like 55 reviews. It's excellent on Google. It's like very one-to-one. Damn it. Man, this website looks so bad. I may just have to use this for now. This is probably the easiest thing to do. So I might just have to use it. Nah, let me give you the let me just give you the snippets for Trust Index for now and see how they look when you pop them in. All right, I was logged out of Trust Index. Hang on a second. This has to be if you use WordPress, not use this. Okay. So grid, so homepage, I think it's this one. I also think it's over here though as well, possibly. Yeah. Homepage and testimonials page. And then there's these ones on the service areas, I think. Service area sidebars. Okay, and then, I think that's it, to be honest. Last viewed. Oh, wait a second. There's one on the landing page. Did it build that landing page? Had to have. Had to have. Get your dream yard. Maybe not. Okay. What was different about that one? Oh, so just more reviews. I don't know if it built that page. Just gonna use that at a certain point here whenever we're done. Okay, get rid of this. This is not necessary. Don't need that. Interesting. Okay. All clean, maybe. Reload. Okay. Not working. Previous loader wouldn't have rendered anything. It needs those hashes. Does it need a build or something? What the fuck's going on here? Seeing nothing there, big dog. I'm seeing nothing, just loading reviews. I don't think this is a trust index problem unless, like, I think it asks for the URL. Maybe it has to be on maybe it has to be on the right URL. I'm not sure. That would suck. Oh, are you shitting me? Why will not render on localhost, dude? You're so fucking... Dude, that is comically bullshit. That you can't use a localhost. It won't render on localhost. That's unbelievable. That's literally unbelievable. Just check your trust index dashboard. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that there, bud. That would be a nice thing to add, don't you think? I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me see. Wow. That is some bullshit. It's at least not easy to find if it is on here, but I don't think it's on here. Wow. Yep. Okay. So no idea if that's going to work. All right. Did you build the Get Your Dream Yard page or no? Okay. There's no Get Your Dream Yard page in the project. Is that a separate page you need, or does it exist different from something? Okay. We got to try to finish this, dude. Let's see. All right. So let's see, where are we at here? So testimonials, this is the old one. If we're here, what do we have to do to make sure this is done? I mean, it doesn't look beautiful, but obviously that's important. These need to load, but I'm confident they will load on the main thing. What the fuck is this? Oh, they're loading at the bottom of the page. Yo, wait a second. I don't know what's going on here, but that grid thing, that the reviews, they're loading, but you put them at the bottom of the page or something. They're not in the right section on the home page at least. Okay, that's a little wacky, don't you think? Yep, and over here. Nice. Yeah, obviously, dude. What the fuck? Thank you. Okay. Sorry for the wait, what? Looks like it worked, bruv. Yep. All right. No idea how that was a problem. The issue is the trust index. Oh, Jesus. Okay. What are we doing here, dog? I feel like this is a pretty simple. I feel like this was a pretty simple thing. Can't you just put it in where you wanted it, dude? Actual trust and purpose script tag runners right where the script is placed. Yeah. Which is not running in place, but use is inline on the script so Astro doesn't hoist it. Okay. You know more than me about this. I don't see how this could be that hard of a thing. It's just a script. Inside the container, yeah. Renders the widgets. Okay. All right. Well, sorry for the bad words. Sorry for the bad words there. Trust index. Apologies about that. Easy money. Lovely. This is literally amazing. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just blown away. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Little thin for sure, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is that I've rebuilt a website that I built in Elementor that took me weeks. I rebuilt it over here. Wow, I didn't even notice that was doing that. That's pretty dope. Rebuilt it over here. And now I have the power to literally just sit here and tell the thing to make the thing better when I move forward. I mean, I need to stop real quick, okay? The point of this, the beautiful big part of this is that now I feel so empowered to tell my clients, be more of the guy that's like, hey, there's all this cool stuff we could do. Let's do it. And then I can do it by orchestrating it and do it much faster rather than having to literally hate my life and not want to tell them to do it, or like not like imagine like this is the scenario is like this website is, I believe, could be better designed. It could be better laid out, et cetera, or whatever, right? But in the past, I would have had to like go do it in Elementor, and now I don't have to. So, but they could still edit stuff in the back and they still do all these different things. So pretty incredible stuff. Yeah. All right. Where are we at here? We're moving and grooving. Let's figure out what we have to do next here. So I think, I don't know, one small thing, when some of these things come in, we use ampersands in like the titles of things, like different fields from the database of what's it called? Of WordPress. So can you clean that up everywhere where there's like an ampersand, like escape sequence? Can we actually just use an ampersand or something? Is that possible to work in? Compacting. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. It's just like an escape sequence to get that in there. I think that's how it puts it into the database, but then it pulls it probably directly from there. So it has this, like it actually looks like this in the database. Well, this one's actually, I think this one's a dash, but this one's an ampersand. Okay. I wonder if it's going to be anywhere else. I don't know about that. And this form probably doesn't do shit right now. And yeah, it's just literally incredible what it was able to do with very limited instruction. I mean, I could probably tell this thing to go out and grab images for all these, like in a snap, and it would at least give me something better looking than this. Bro, I can't believe it. I can't believe, like, if you're still, uh, you know, if you're still down on this, bro, it's like, what are you talking about? Incredible, incredible, incredulous. All right. We're gonna have to clean that up. A couple things. Interesting. Okay. There's definitely some pages that are missing, and that design and build page definitely needs to go up here somewhere. I think I need to go services, residential and commercial, and then I need to go design and build maybe, or something like that. Oh God, it's doing this whole thing again. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Hopefully that gets it done. Don't know. I feel like this is something that would be pretty normal that you would have to go through. I'm going to queue up another one here. Okay, so the design and build page, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to put that in the navigation menu. Yeah. I'd like you to put that in the navigation menu, and the navigation menu is getting pretty large. So if we could do maybe, can we go, it currently says about QCL, and then it says service areas, then it says residential and commercial. Let's combine residential and commercial. Let's put it under a drop down called services. And then to the right of services, like in the main one, let's do design and build. And that's the design and build page. Let's put that link to that. Hopefully that'll be okay. Let's see what we're doing here. I don't know a better way to do that right now, honestly. I mean, service areas probably don't necessarily need to be up here. There's a lot of drop downs up here that I'm not loving. I don't really think it needs to say QCL here to be honest either, but I might have to sneeze. Beyond door number 1. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now, the other thing I need to do, though, is I need to go see. Still need to deal with the forms. Just going to be a pain in the ass. And I don't know if all these pages are in here. So what I'm probably going to do, which is actually funny, though, because it did find 20 pages. Wait a second. Let's try. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try. I don't know if this is going to work. Sitemap.xml. No, is it? I don't think it's like that. Is it? It's not. It's not like that. I gotta look at it again. Maybe we might not have even done that. It might not automatically do that. Aha. Amazing. 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 Cool, dude. So the next thing we need to do here is we need to talk about something else. We need to talk about why am I losing my mind? we need to go back to the pages here for a second, okay? So you told me there was 20 pages, but I don't think you built 20 pages. So is there a sitemap already available on this, or do we need to set up like the SEO stuff or whatever? I mean, you don't necessarily need to do that right now, but we're going to need to do that, and you need to tell me what's the site outline of this right now. All of the pages, everything that we have. You don't need to tell me every single or whatever, but like you need to tell me what's going on here. Okay. Because this page definitely, I don't think this was built. 13 pages that generate 19 builds. What? Oh, wait, 13 templates generate 19. Dynamic pages, service areas, jobs. What's not built yet? Get your dream yard. It's not the same thing, dog. And then what's not set up? SEO and infra. Okay, yeah. Homepage, our story, meet the team. I mean, there's some other things that aren't built either, though, dog. Let me just take a fucking screenshot of this and just give the thing. Let me just give the AI the information that it requires to do its job, or to do my job. Fuck it, it's doing its own job. This is its job now. Yeah, bro. So I'm giving you a screenshot of the pages, okay? In WordPress, like the page list. Now, not all of these are actually necessary, but these are all the pages. Get your dream yard, you need to go to that one and build that, because that was kind of necessary. I think you built most of them. Schedule consultation is not really necessary. Service calendar is not really necessary. But there's like thank you page and confirmation. I mean, if you need the URLs, I can get those, because I don't know if it knows how to get them, and they might not be. Some of them are not indexed. But it's wrong on what it has done, because it didn't build those contact pages either. That's also not true. There's an about and there's an our story. Duplicate these areas. So missing. Yeah, just build that one first, bro. That's kind of like the most important one that I definitely don't want to lose. Something to that effect I'm going to need. Why don't I just go and delete some shit? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Yeah, okay, there's nothing here. I don't know why I have this. Just fucking delete it. Careers is there. That's there. Confirmation. This was this. I think it should be really like after something, but contact is our page that we use. Then this was this stuff. Design and build could be trashed because I didn't actually do anything on this. And I'm not going to do anything on it. I'm going to make this work, because I'm so far in this now that this is the way to do this. FAQs. I don't know. This is an old approach, bro. I did not do this like this before, or I don't do this like this anymore. I don't normally make pages for that stuff. Get your dream yard. Home, meet the team, our story. Yeah, review us. Don't know why the hell that's there. I'm gonna trash it because I don't know why that's there. Schedule a consultation. I think this redirects, which probably did a redirect in here. In ye old rank math, indeed I did. I'm so smart. Oops. And do I still need a page though for that? I mean, it was just a form. Is this even this is gonna work, right? Yeah. But it was just a Calendly form, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's any need for this. if I delete the page, I think it should still redirect. Yeah. Just because that's elsewhere in the, they might have put that out somewhere and stuff. This was a cool idea that I could do now way better with AI. So I'm not going to do it now, but service calendar, residential services, testimonials, and then thank you. What was thank you for? This might have been for the, yeah, this was for the schedule consultation thing. Just going to delete that for now too. And testimonials. Cool. All right. So a lot of shit that should have been probably singles or archives rather. Don't know what the hell I was doing there, boys. Don't do that. I actually wonder. Yeah, there's probably a lot of weird artifact stuff here. Not ideal. Oh well. That's why we're moving on up to Astro. Set up, build, deploy pipeline. Oh, it's doing that too. Great. Or maybe no, it's just waiting on that. Let's try this. I wonder. I think that's all it built. Insert. There's 2 slashes. Damn it. Okay. Kind of fucked this one up pretty bad. Not really, really bad, but it's not. No, it's not great. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That was bad. That was its first big L right there. Not a huge L. I mean, this isn't a great design thing. Copy it. Did it get the stuff right though? Where did that go? Did it not work? Do I need to be here when it works? I'm not super concerned about this. Hey, can you you kind of did kind of a bad job, to be honest, on that one. Is there any way that you could, like take this image, which is what the actual thing is, and then couple it with the code that you found and just make it a little bit more close to what it was? Because you kind of did make that pretty bad. I still think obviously this is not the right way to do this because I have a objectively bad design that I'm bringing into this fold, and it's trying to copy it, and it's not great. It's also doing it via the Elementor and whatever code that it had there. Son of a bitch, seriously. This is bad when this happens too, because it always it tries to keep sending it. I've had that happen many times. I'm going to try to ask it a different question here, actually. Because I don't want it to, I might have to actually, well, see, what's weird now is it doesn't have the context there anymore. So I'm not even sure. I mean, I could / compact it possibly, but yeah, I don't know. I'm also not super concerned about that. We didn't build the contact pages though. So I don't know what it's doing there. Let me go. Yeah, it didn't build the contact pages. Okay, you also didn't build the contact. You built the contact page, but you didn't build the individual contact pages. The ones for, we had there's maintenance services and there's design and build. So you didn't build those. Any like, do you know where those are? Can you go get those URLs and just see? They're pretty much just forms. I mean, you can make them look a little nicer if you want, but see, this is what I'm fucking talking about. And there's no way, I don't think there's any way to get rid of this. I don't even know if compacting is going to work, but I've tried this before. You have to hit the / You have to hit this thing. Oh, does this just break the whole fucking thing? That's interesting. Okay, cool. Oh, that sucks. I guess I have to open a new chat. That's kind of annoying. I don't know how to fix this problem though. Unless I'll try something. Hang on a second. Squoosh. And where is it? I don't think I downloaded it. Did wait, had to have. It's right here. Boom, there we go. What do you need, dude? 5 MBs? Sure. That works for us. Download. Squoosh. Squoosh me, come on. That one? Yeah. Let's see if this works. Here, you beesh. Okay, see what had happened was that's still the same. Fuck you, whatever. Fuck, this is not good. All right. Hey, so I had to start a new session here. I need you to go into the. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still kind of confused on how all this works. So I'm just gonna do what I know how to do, and then if you know something more than me, you can tell me. But here's the deal. I started this in my in a folder called QCL, and we have all this stuff in here. And it's like I don't necessarily this isn't the best way, but I just wanted to do it like this to kind of start. I'd probably put this actually on in a different area, you know. I'd probably put this I don't know. I feel like I need to get this out of this folder or just be in this directory rather than, working elsewhere. Because there's a lot of shit here, but it's not entirely that big of a deal. It's just I want to make sure that it doesn't, one, it doesn't touch anything else, but two, that I'm thinking in my mind, should I go in here and do this right now? Or should I delete a lot of this stuff or at least move this directory or move into this directory? Because I don't know how much of the extra stuff it really needs. But now that I'm thinking about it, I still am at some point going to have to probably fix the page up itself, the whole reason that I'm doing this. So I'm probably going to wait a little bit, and I guess to do that and just kind of go in here and just try to be clear, the problem is that I ruined my chat session over there because of that stupid fucking bug. I think that's a bug because I don't know how to fix that. So now I have to start a new thing, and I'm not going to have any of the context that I had before. I'm just going to have this. I guess if I was really sneaky, though, I could potentially go back to the last time it compacted, and I guess I could go back here and grab all this. Maybe. Since the session was compacted, I also did a bunch of other things. We're working in this Astro QCL, this QCL-Astro directory. Don't do anything. Just confirm that you're kind of up to speed on what's going on here. And go look at the directory, and I'm going to continue to have you do some things. I hope to God that this doesn't fuck anything up, but I think it's more or less doing the exact same thing that a compacting would have. I wish I would have got one more. I wish I would have got a compacting message and synthesis later, but yeah. Cool. Great. All right. So now, maybe that'll work. Cleaning up debug fields. Should probably do that. Existing contact page, solution being used, Astro. Okay. Contact hub page already links to. Yeah. It automatically put some forms on the the jobs one, but it didn't do anything here. Client side by WS form, dig into the WS form config. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's digging so deep in this. I don't really need all that. Unless it can grab all of the information, that would be amazing. If we could just rebuild the whole form. It should be able to see the fields, but I don't think it should be able to see much of the other stuff. Which I don't think there's anything crazy going on in those forms. What is going on in these forms, actually? Slide. Where'd my mouse go? Mouse. Thank you. Get away from me. What is on these forms? What is on these forms? Yeah, there's nothing super crazy here. This might be a glossary. But again, not that important. Personal details, search boxes, do you have form submits to? Okay, contact. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm definitely ready for you to build them. I mean, we're not going to be able to use WS Form, though, I don't think, in any capacity, because this is an Astro build, and that's a WordPress plugin. So if you could just create, these forms don't do anything crazy. Let me just fill you in a little bit more. You can obviously see the fields, and you can see the options and everything like that. The only actions that it takes are it saves it to submissions, which we don't really need to do that. The QCL team is going to get ultimately get an email about that, which we can deal with some other way in a second. We don't need to just plan for that. We're going to send an email to the QCL team. We're going to send an email to the lead. Would be nice just to say thanks for reaching out or whatever. And then we redirect them to a thank you page when they fill it out. So, really like a confirmation page, I guess. You know what? Honestly, fuck the confirmation. Well, I don't know. I don't know about the confirmation page. We need a way to tell people that I'm going to need a way to know how many leads came through when we start running ads again. So it's either needs to be you just show a message and we send some sort of event or something somewhere, or we send them to a page, but that page has to be no indexed and there can't be any, that you can't stumble upon that in any sort of way. So I'm not really sure of a solution there. It's kind of a secondary problem though. Might need to get some caffeine. Oh my God, I just realized I have a hockey game in 2 hours. Fuck. Definitely need some caffeine. Yeah. Pause. Be right back. All right, time to get calibrated, boys. I'm just kidding. This is my wife gets this. This is prebiotic soda, Poppy. Alpine Blast. Tastes like ginger ale, but it's a little naturally caffeinated. Almost spilt it. I don't drink coffee. I've never drank alcohol in my life. I've never smoked. I don't normally consume caffeine. I've just been hitting these things a little bit because apparently they have 55 grams of natural caffeine. So occasionally later in the day, I will hit this when I have to go play hockey later. I don't really need it, to be completely honest, but when I'm on a live stream, or not a live stream, but when I'm filming a video for 3 hours, I'm staring at these fucking lights. Start to get a little annoyed and tired. But this has been fantastic. Okay, anyway. Form submission handling is static and Astro. Okay, small API route to WordPress. So, wait, what? We need serverless form backend, the cleanest option. A small API route on WordPress itself, right? What are we talking about here? What? What? I think it's confused. I think it is confused. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't. Hey there, bruv. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm extremely confused as to what the fuck you're talking about right now. Because if you look at the singles for the jobs right now in this project, there is already a form there. I think it's just a native and HTML form. I don't really think it does anything. It's just like a form or whatever. I understand what's going on here. It's a static website. We need some way to send the forms, or we have if you want to do anything with a form, you need to do something. I get it. Like, it doesn't actually do anything, right? You can send it to, like, via an API to, like, an email marketing thing, or you can send it to a CRM, or you could use some sort of mailing situation to email it. I get all that. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't know what you're talking about with WordPress on the form side. Very confused. I think you're talking about the submissions. I'm going to just say it now that we're not pushing shit back into WordPress. I think you might be confused, or maybe I'm confused. That's possible. But, like, I don't think we need to push anything back into WordPress from Astro. Not the plan at all. I'm using WS Form on the WordPress website because this was coming from a WordPress website that I am trying to convert into this Astro and Headless WP situation. Okay. So I think you're misguided there. Understood. We just started this context, so that's fine. But what I want to do is I want to put forms on this Astro front end. WordPress doesn't need to be concerned at all about the form. All WordPress is doing is handling the data in the backend, so the client can, like, change, post type data effectively or whatever, like the front matter stuff and everything in Astro. So I think we're good. Okay. All that said, what I want you to do, if I'm understanding correctly, is build those forms as they appear, right? Build those forms out on those 2 pages, and then we will explore a situation where we can send some emails. Now, I'll tell you this. I already currently pay for SendGrid. I pay $20 a month for SendGrid, okay? So if that's an option to send some emails, we could use that. I don't know if there's any other good solutions, but we don't need to complicate this. I think this is actually, I think you're overthinking it. Tell me if I'm missing something. Yeah, I think it's confused. We don't need to go. I appreciate what it was trying to do there, but if I wanted to save the submissions, I would not push them back into WordPress. There's no way. Because, again, this is, just so you understand, again, if you're still at this point, right? This right here is the only reason this looks like this is because most of the time, the only reason WordPress gets so ridiculous is because we're trying to use it for a crazy ass front end that I'm not going to say doesn't need to be in WordPress, but, like, oftentimes probably doesn't have to be in WordPress. Like let's do an exercise. Okay. Let's do an exercise. If we go into our plugins, this website has 22 plugins. It's getting up there. It's not too bad, but it's getting up there. It's add from server thing. That's the bullshit that I was talking about with the video. Code snippets. Again, we have it in there. It doesn't need to be in there. Elementor, completely gone. Elementor Pro, completely gone. Happy Files could stay. Happy Files Pro, whatever. I mean, maybe it stays. Maybe it leaves. I don't know. Whatever. Like, it's what I mean. If WordPress would just fix up some of the little bugs, some of the little shit with their CMS, like whatever. But honestly, that doesn't even really need to be there. JetEngine would have to be there. Jet Form Builder, goodbye. Jet Form, whatever that, goodbye. Main WP could stay. Child reports could stay just because it's like it's keeping the limited things that are left updated. Metapixel for WordPress, I'm pretty sure that would be gone. Yeah, 100% actually. And I don't even know what we're using it for. Nginx helper probably could stay, but I'm sure it's not going to do that much because the things aren't. This website. I don't even want to call it a website. Like, this entity now, when this would move to a different URL, would not even be hit that often. It would be hit unless I made it, you know, unless it had to reload every like 5, 10, 15 minutes, an hour or whatever, it's literally only going to reload when I change something in the data or they change something in the data. So whatever. Rank math, pretty sure that's completely gone because it's not going to help us on the front end of Astro. Redis object cache, maybe that's kind of helpful, but I don't know if that's more of a front end helping thing. I have it deactivated anyway because I think it's caused some weird issues in the past for me. Gone. Probably gone. Maybe you want something, but you could just lock it down because, like, again, it's basically updrafts. I mean, that's fucking old school anyway. I don't even really use that anymore. It shouldn't even be there. Widgets for Google Ruse, gone. I mean, there's like 2 plugins left. There's like 2 to 5 plugins left. My point is, everything that you install in WordPress generally is for the front end. So it's like if you wanted to use this, I'm actually really, really interested in trying to build a fresh site like this for a client. And I have a potential client that I could do this for, obviously. So, and I'm doing it right now for a client. So yeah, cool. Is this gonna send me to the right thing if I click on this? Okay, I don't want this. Get away from me. All right. Both forms have the same thing. Forms don't submit anywhere. That's where SendGrid comes in. Okay, let me just go back up and read some of this because it was moving fast. Build the forms, hook up SendGrid to actually send the emails. It's a perfect fit and you're already paying for it. Let me know the jobs form you mentioned. Okay, looked at that. Got it. These already have similar pattern, native thing. I'll build both. Okay, cool. Lovely. What are these pages? What are these pages here? Contact, maintenance. Actually, I can just go to contact and click on it. Not that. Right here. Easy money. Love to see it. Looks great. I don't know why it's all red. That's kind of annoying, but I could fix that. It's probably because it's required. Oh, that's weird. And why is this one? That's a little strange. All right, it's getting a little tired. I think it's getting a little tired, but yeah, but moved in the right direction there. Okay, so what else do I need to do to make this viable? I think we're pretty close. I mean, there's definitely some things that I would need to like test like heavily, but the pros dramatically outweigh the cons here with this. I mean, I should probably look at this actual page. That's the whole reason I did this. Design and build services, see your vision before we break ground. It's probably ass, to be honest. I think those pictures were in there. Discovery call, site visit, custom design, build. I will tell you honestly, though, the problem with this is that because I'm not physically doing work, I actually have even less of an idea of how to, like, I don't want to say how to price this, but I'm just thinking in my mind right now. It's like my mind is always thinking about how to expand, right? So if I'm looking at this page, right, it's like, well, what does any of this mean, right? Like, obviously this was like a first quick pass based off some random info that I gave it. But what does any of this mean? And like where is it coming from? Like all this stuff, right? And like essential, custom, and premium, and like, you know, shit's moving. If I would look at these, and if it's moving, then I would want to click on it. So we could either turn off the hover style or whatever. But like, it's like, okay, I want to click in here. I want to go do something potentially or look at more. If that was the case, it's like now there's like more things that I'm thinking about in my mind, and I'm liberated because I don't have to actually do it all. But the problem is that now I have to figure out a better way to wrap my mind around the pricing of these things, because I am now like slightly emotionally removed from it. And I have to think of a better way to handle this, because I don't know the answer to that question. Because I could see myself like, okay, we're going to build this page. And then there's like, well, there's a lot of other things that we could do. It's like really helpful in a lot of ways, but it's also really concerning because I don't know. It's just like I have to figure out I have to figure out like a way to navigate that. But we will in due time. So now I'm burping because of this Alpine blast. But same styling pattern, clean field sets. Okay, cool. All right, I don't know how to do the send grid thing yet. Is there anything that we're missing here? Those pages are pretty much all the same. This residential and the commercial thing, I'm going to ask it to do something real quick here. Hey, I want you to real quickly just tweak the residential and commercial services pages, those two pages. I want you to make them a little bit better. The residential looks okay with the 2-column like grid thing that it's got going on with the services. For the commercial services, can you also make that a 2-column grid? And you know, I thought of something and now I don't think we can do it. So do that, but also let me just ask you a question. I was gonna ask you to put pictures in, but you can't do that actually, right? Because that information is coming from WordPress, and if I was gonna do that, they should really be in the featured images over in WordPress. That sucks. Let me ask you this though. Is there any way that I could ask you to get the pictures and then you push them into the thing? I'm sure you're going to have like write access, I feel like, if at all possible. If that's possible, you probably have to have write access into the REST API. Is that even a thing? Please tell me that worked. Nice. That would be a sneaky fucking thing. Oh man, that would be sneaky. Did you see how fucking fast it was? Fuck. Oh my god. Oh man. I download the images from wherever they currently are, upload them to the WordPress REST API, and set the featured image CPTs. Upload featured images to... No, absolutely don't want to do it myself. No, I absolutely don't want to do it myself. Well, the question was, I would want you to go out and get images. Huh. Well, there's realistically the way we should do it is we should have images from them for each one of the things, right? For each one of the services. I don't know if there's enough images. I don't know if like each one of those services has a reasonable image in the thing. So my first thought was like to say to you, hey, look at all the image name or look at all the service names and go get images for each one. Like just go out on the internet and just grab some from some sort of, you know, free place that you could pull in, just so we have some sort of visual rather than just like the name of the thing. But then I was thinking that's probably not the best idea anyway. But the concept was, if I wanted to do that, I know you could do that really easily, just pull them right into Astro. But then my next thought was like, well, that's not exactly how the data is structured. So could you just go out and do that, pull them in, and then upload them to WordPress via the API into the appropriate ones? And it sounds like you can do that, but I'm still not sure if that's the right business case, so to speak, or the right way we should handle that. Realistically, we should probably get some that are from them to make that perfect. So I think we're gonna hold off on that. Last question though, just because I'm interested. Hypothetically, are you able to look at all of the pictures in the media of WordPress and then just using your best judgment, like analyze the images themselves, the actual images, and then see if any of them go to like services and then appropriately put them in the featured image for each? I mean, that would be fucking crazy. I mean, I don't actually think it's going to be able to do that. I mean, technically it can do it, but I don't. Excuse me, what? Well, the image, that's not going to help at all. Pull all the services, download, look at the image. I'm multimodal, so I can actually see the images. Matching. You need to generate an application. Why would I need that though? Upload a sign via the API. Oh, I see. Okay. So it can't assign, it can't actually change anything. Let me just see real quick just how this is back here. So services, hardscaping. Wait, there's only 14 of them? The fuck? I thought there was way more. Yeah. So there's no featured image isn't even turned on right now. So why don't I just do that manually real quick? Even though it could probably do that for me, but I will do it for it. This is really not necessary what I'm doing right here. I probably shouldn't be doing this because this isn't this part of this. I mean, the whole thing isn't necessary, but where am I going? This is really cool though. I'm actually very happy I did this because this was on my list and I needed to figure this out. And I'm happy that I am figuring it out. All right, so that's that. And let me go to that's that. Now, bottleneck is the right access. You need to generate user applications, given the credentials after that straightforward. All right. I am currently filming this. So can I go? Is it a security risk for me to go to my user and create the application password on screen? Should I do that on a different screen? Let's see what it says there. Cool. I'll do that off screen so you jamokes don't steal my shit. Application password. I'm going to call it Yo Mom. Just kidding. I'm going to say Astro something. I don't know. I don't think that's important. Okay. Copied. All right. Okay, I have it, but I got to put it somewhere. And I don't think I don't know how big of a deal this is. I don't think I'm supposed to put it in this chat though. Aren't I supposed to paste it into a file somewhere? Pretty sure that's the safer way to do this type of stuff, just so y'all are aware. I wonder if this is gonna this might actually get fucked up though. I think a lot of things are gonna get fucked up because I'm still operating off of the main domain for WordPress. And I suspect heavily that this is gonna get messed up later. But yeah. All right. So let me sneak this over here real quick. And let me go to the environment area. And let me drop it in. What the fuck? Go ahead and paste in. You couldn't have put the goddamn thing in here? Okay. Can you put the stuff in? The placeholder stuff in? It's not in there. I can't believe you didn't write the placeholder in. Piece of shit. Thank you. Jackass. Jackass. Don't get lazy on me. Don't get lazy on me now. It's my username. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's the old email. Not good. All right. All right. Save. Out of there. How are we doing? Does it look good? Get rid of this. All right, boys. Slide. Right there. Please work. Do it. Yeah, give it a go. Bro, this might be crazy. This might be legitimately out of hand if this works. So just so we're all aware, I enabled the featured image on the services. Okay. What it's going to do is it's going to go to the media lab. Allegedly, it's going to go into this media. It's going to look at every single one of these images, which apparently there's a lot of bullshit in here. It's going to look at all these images in here. It's going to scan them, and then it's going to look at all of the 14 services, and it's going to see if any of them match enough to put it as a service. So then it'll make it the featured image, and I don't know if it's going to do it right away, but the idea would be that it would make it'd affect the card components, and it would put like an image or whatever. I don't fucking know how it would the best design or whatever. Let's just say it puts an image up at the top, right? And that's going to pull that in from the feature image. That part's not anything new from what we were doing here, but it's literally going to try to go do that right now. It's going to go try to literally see the images, look at the services, see if any of those images match a service enough to make that happen. Could be pretty cool. Oh, okay. It's doing some stuff. It's doing some stuff. Is there anything else we should do? I'm going to have to wrap this pretty soon. This has been extremely, extremely dope. I just love what this gives me the opportunity to do now. So much freedom, so much liberation. Unreal stuff. Unreal stuff here. Might have to switch some things up. I don't know why it didn't bring in that weird photo that I had on the homepage though. I don't know why it didn't bring this in. Interesting too. I mean, it made it look even nicer, which is so lovely. But realistically, again, like I could just say, hey, use the front end design skill, keep the same shit, make the thing look way better, and boom, we're like way better than we are right now. Keep opening my phone and I don't need to. But this is a problem. Don't ever buy an LG monitor, by the way. Don't do it. Don't buy anything from LG. I'm saying it right now. Had two monitors, two 4K monitors. Terrible reviews on Amazon. Should have listened to them. I'm going to write a very long review. The one panel on my left, it was like having a bunch of issues. It like intermittently would just have like these lines go through it. So now I have two new Dell monitors, and these were half the price, look nicer, and seemingly, knock on wood, operate just as good, if not better. And the settings, they're 120 hertz instead of 144 because these aren't like gaming monitors, but they like even look better because they're meant for like just an office setting, which I should have realized that. I bought those gaming monitors because I do some gaming, and then I didn't even play one game in the last like 4 months because I'm working hard. So, yeah. Please finish. Please move faster. A couple things just on the radar here, if you're still here, is I need to look into Codex more. Hear people love Codex. I've been a Claude Code guy. It's been great. I don't really have a lot of problems with it, but there's a lot of really interesting things happening here, and I just want to try to stay on top of stuff as much as possible. So, yeah, some really dopeness to it. I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this. Was this actually this font though? I know it wasn't here, but I feel like, did I build this website with that font and then something happened and it got changed? I'm not sure. Because like it obviously has to say that somewhere for it to know. I don't know where it said that. I don't know if it got that from like a primary, like a global site setting situation, or dude, I don't know what this is going to do in here, but this might be crazy. Global fonts, maybe. Yeah, it does say Playfair Display was the one. I should go back and see if like I have an image of the first time I built this. Yeah, it must have been at one point. It's bad here. This is terrible. Yeah, it looks much better with, with a little bit of that to it. Because I mean that's what their logo is. So I think that's why I tried to do that. This doesn't look great. Obviously, you should probably put like a little. I think there is a thing on this though. It's not very dark. Can't tell. Also, that's I would like to fix that. That would be cool if I could fix that, but I don't know. It kind of looks a little more. Needed to look a little more premium, but I don't know. Figure it out. Let's just see if this works, and I'm probably going to call it here pretty soon. But if you watch this whole thing, you are a G. You're a boss, a baller. I hope you learned a lot. I fucking learned a ton, and I'm super stoked to do this now for these projects that I continuously have here. But honestly, like, this is not where the high value is, in my opinion. Like, the high value is actually more AI and automation, helping businesses be that. And I want to be more of an AI transformative partner because I understand this shit more and more every single day. And it's just so unbelievably fucking powerful. But I will not be manually building websites anymore. No shot. No shot, dude. No shot. And now I'm so glad that I have this as an option too, because this solves the problem. Man, this solves the problem. Holy fuck. Do I have to make a video specifically about this now? So everybody can just shut up. What about WordPress? What about the CMS? What about your clients editing files, bro? Just shut up. Just tell them to go in there. Just tell them to go in there just like they did. And then it'll pop out on the front, dude. And listen, just a real quick note, again, if you're still here. PhantomWP, pretty cool thing. I think you should go look into it. I looked into it early. I saw that video very first time when he had that. That's a really good thing for people that want to do that thing. But like I feel like I'm not that person. I would rather be in Claude Code, like messing around with this stuff and trying to figure out myself, because it doesn't seem like it's that hard to do. If you're gonna build it yourself, fuck yeah. I mean, like, use PhantomWP and go check it out. But I mean, how easy this was. I mean, look at all the stuff that I did here. Like, I mean, I know this was already a built website, but like all of the things that I did here in these few hours. I don't want to be clicking around a UI with a million buttons. I want to just be telling the thing what to do. But if you'd rather type and click, do your thing. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just showing you what's possible. I'm not going to be the hype guy. I'm going to be excited when things excite me, but I'm not going to be the hype guy, and I'm not going to be the guy that tells you that you have to do things. I might say it sometimes like that. I try to not do it like that, but I'm not going to be the guy that says like you have to do things and forces you. I might like say it, but I'm not going to like judge you, force you, or whatever. Like, you do you. I am very much like that. Don't affect me with your bullshit, and don't tell me what to do, and I won't tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I think maybe you might want to consider, and I might get passionate about what I'm doing and how I think it could help you, but at the end of the day, you make your own decisions. So if you don't ever want to do this, then don't do it. But this is amazing to me. It's literally so empowering. With great power comes great responsibility, but this is unbelievable if this just worked. It might not have built. Okay. Kind of shit. Kind of shit, but it did what it did what it said it was going to do. Okay. Okay. I don't absolutely hate it. But this is these cards are obviously way better. So I just can't believe it did it. Okay. We're going to do one more thing. 16 by 10 image. That's not true. Hey, I mean, I think you did an incredible job from a data perspective. The cards look like shit though, and I know that my original design was ass, but I need you to make the cards look better. Okay, these service cards, I need you to make them look better because like the gapping is all weird and shit, and they just don't look modern because like there's a big gap around each of them. And then I don't know if it looks like you said the aspect ratio is 16 by 10, but like they're definitely all random aspect ratios. So I don't really want you to crop the images, obviously, but if you could change the aspect ratio, and obviously it would be hard. The aspect ratios all need to match. So if that's the case, it probably needs to be 1 by 1 or 16 by 9 or like 4 by 3 or something, right? I don't know what the best look would be. But you have my blessing to make these service cards, the service card component, look better, look more modern, etc. If you have to use, I was going to say the front end Claude skill, the front end design Claude skill, you can. I know this is just a card though, so don't go super crazy, but like there's only 3 components in this damn thing. It's an image, a title, and a description or whatever it is. Data wise looks great, but I need you to make sure that they look nicer because they just look like shit right now. Not a great prompt, but a prompt. That was one that I probably. That's unfucking believable. It did that. I should have. Oh, easy. Unbelievable. I probably should have gave it an image, but. What are we doing? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, again, the descriptions are kind of long or whatever, but actually unbelievable. Literally unbelievable. Literally unbelievable. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. It's a little slow, but I think right now it builds every time. I think that's why it takes a couple seconds. I mean, I'm already just thinking of a million things, bro. I'm already thinking of a million things. Like, they always come to me and they're like, hey, can we put the things at the top that are, that are more pertinent, right? So if you go to like residential services in the winter, can we have snow and ice? It's like, that's so easy now because in the back end, I actually do have it set for seasons, but then I could have it like automatically, like during certain times of the year, just, change the algorithm almost, change the sort order or whatever. And I don't have to figure out some weird ass plugin or whatever to do that. I can just tell it, just, hey, in code, just say like, if this time of year, display like this. If this time of year, do it like this. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is radicalizing me so much to just become like a developer. Incredible. Incredulous. No client would be mad about this, that you're giving them like so much more of an option and of a versatility here. Yeah, incredible. I don't know what to do about the rest of this. I'm not going to try to redesign this entire website right now, but there are some options for sure that we could make better. I do have one more question. I kind of want to be done with this after this. Hey, so just one thing here. I need to understand the one concept that we haven't talked about really here is like looping a little bit, or just at least how we transferred it over, right? So like on the home page, as an example, it says a wide variety of landscaping services, and we have 4 services on there. Now, what I noticed is you're not using the same service card component because it doesn't have the images, which isn't a problem right now. Let's not worry about that. But tell me what you're using there. Is that a different component, or is that just written like hard coded in there or whatever? And then are you pulling those in from somewhere? I'm imagining you're not. But I need to understand the queries, or the loops is what we would call them in WordPress, for like this section, and for, the service area section on the bottom of the homepage, and for the residential and commercial sections, and for the jobs. I need to understand how you're looping that stuff, because are you bringing in everything? Especially this one right here in the homepage, though, this service one, because those were like 4 very specific things I feel like that I had here that were looped, but I don't think you actually knew about the loop because you just got the rendered HTML. So like if you look in the back of whatever here, I definitely just like clicked these ones specifically and I looped them because that's the way you should do it, but I only like got very specific ones, or maybe I did them in a certain order or something like that. But yeah, so homepage 1, homepage services. Okay, get services then. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Maybe it knew that because it was grabbing it from the data. I don't actually I have no idea how it knew that. A service card component currently without the images. Okay. Homepage service areas. This is a real loop. Okay. Residential, same thing. Real service jobs. All from WordPress. Yep. Okay, except for the 4 specific home. Oh, okay. Oh, they're hard coded. Oh, they are hard. Okay, that was weird the way it said that. Okay. It'll update everywhere. Then remove. Okay, but the home page will always show those same 4 unless you change the slugs. Field to the JetEngine options page. Interesting. Okay, so just so I understand there, you don't have the ability when you get services, as an example, you don't have the ability to just get specific services with like specific, like I can't just tell you 4 of them and you just get IDs. Like you can't do that, or would we have to build in a different, like another function for that or something? What does your get services function do? Does it only get all of them? I guess that's maybe what it does. Maybe that stuff isn't built in. Fetches all and there's no filter, but supports filtering. I don't need to do anything new. I just need to pass query params. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. The homepage instead of catching. I mean, I don't care necessarily. The question is very simple. The question is if I change. It's really not a big deal right now. The question is just like if I changed anything about this, if I change like hardscaping. I'm just going to do a test because I don't give a fuck. Let me just go in here real quick. Let me just go services. I just want to see if this is hardscaping. And then I go over here. Huh. I didn't think it was going to do that. That's weird. That's real weird. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought the way the way it phrased that was that it wasn't going to change here because it fetched them and then it filtered them and it had to pull them out, so to speak, of the loop and then just dump them into the code. But I guess even when it does that, it would have done that at build time, which was right there anyway. Super weird. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of confused because I just did a test and I changed like the name of hardscaping, which is one of those 4, and it reflected appropriately. I thought you made it sound like you actually hard coded those ones in there, just based off of like you took the first initial loop and you just extracted the things that were in there and then just put the data in there. But it sounds like that's not what you did. It sounds like you actually. It sounds like that is an active loop in a sense, filtered appropriately, and has data that is pulled in from WordPress every single time. We're just saying that we can't affect the loop. We just can't affect the ones that are in the loop from WordPress, is what you're saying. I think that's what it means, which is not really a requirement. I would handle that differently. Yeah, if we have to do that, I would handle that differently. Yeah. All right. Forget that. We don't have to mess with that. If I end up changing that the way that works from the configurable side, then we'll handle that differently anyway, because that's not important. I'm considering, so you're saying this is a component, but you just didn't expose, you just like turned off the prop, the image prop for this one. Can you do it? Can you put it back on, I guess? Hmm. I don't know how it's going to look. Doesn't look great, but more pictures is generally pretty good. Cool. Whatever. I think this is in the right direction. I'm going to have to tell my client that we're making some big fucking moves here, and then I'm going to have to fix that page up. Okay, let me just last thing is I should really help. I'm going to tell you, if you've been watching this, then you are a real OG killer. So I'm going to tell you very briefly, this is not going to be a great one. I'm going to have to make a full video very specifically on this, because this is all one thing, but then you got to get it on the internet. And if you're used to WordPress or something else, then it's very different. So you got to go to, I'm going to speed run it. Go to GitHub, create a free account, or go on your account. I like to have a personal and an organization, because the organization stuff's for like clients or whatever. So I'm in my organization, Motive 11. I created a new repo. I called it whatever makes sense. I made sure it was private. You could do public as well, but for probably a lot of stuff you want to do private, it's the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab this link right here. There's easier ways too. I haven't just done it more directly in like the desktop situation or whatever, but you just grab this link, you come in here and you say this. Oh, fuck, damn it. I hate it when it does that. Okay, you just do this, and then you say, hey, okay, all this is great. Listen, can we push a lot of this to GitHub? I know that it's not perfect yet, but can we commit this just so we have it? Because I haven't pushed it all yet. Listen, you have to understand, obviously, too, the directory that we're working in here. I do not want you to push this entire directory that is open in VS Code right now. That was really weird. I want you to push. I want you to only push the folder that we're affecting here, the QCL-Astro folder, because everything else was just context that I started this whole project with. Can you confirm that? That's all we need. That's all you're gonna push. It's very, very smart. Like, it'll only track the shit that you want to track. So what it's gonna do is, no git repo. Yeah. So like this, I don't claim to be an expert on this shit yet, okay? But like, this is the only folder that I actually want to push to GitHub. I don't want to push all this other shit. I've just started in this directory in VS Code. So like, see how it's green now? So it's like I'm pretty sure that means it's tracking all of these things. And there's some things obviously that you don't want to push up, et cetera, or whatever. But that's slightly beyond my knowledge base at this point. Like, why you don't send certain shit up. But then, yeah, so you take all these things and it tracks them and then it pushes it up into here. And as soon as this is done, this page is going to change to actually have shit on it, like files in here. And then after that, we would go over to, maybe I'll do it real quick. We would go over to Cloudflare and handle that next. Exclude it from the repo. It knows, you know, not to put that up there, whatever. Everything else is there. Cool. So if we refresh this, let me grab this, slide over here. So boom, now we have this stuff. Claude always makes sure that it tells the world that it built it with you. So nice of it. Astro starter kit minimal. Okay, yeah, some of this is shit, but it's not a big deal. Probably should have kind of a really shitty name for that. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck that's the readme, but whatever. Let me go. I'm just going on the other screen real quick just to get to where I need to go here, and then we can go from there. Okay, so here we are. Let me slide. There we go. So we're in Cloudflare. So all I'm going to do here is, again, Cloudflare, free account, etc. Go to Workers and Pages, come to Create Application, come to Continue with GitHub, Mode of 11. It's going to have all of your things here. Again, you might have the first time you might have to like connect your GitHub to this, but then you select your organization or your personal. You go to QCL Astro, which is the one we had. Come in here. All this stuff should know what it's doing. Again, I don't know everything about this stuff yet, but build command is like npm run build. That is dependent upon what you are running. And if you're running some normal shit, it's probably going to know exactly what to do. You're probably not going to have to touch a lot of this stuff. It might not work too. If it doesn't work, then you just fix it. You just tell the thing to fix it, but you learn as you go. So builds, whatever, and then deploy. So what it's doing is you have code on your main branch of GitHub right now. It's going to take that information. It's going to push it over into GitHub page. It's going to create like a little free hosting environment that's going to host a static site for you on here, assuming it works, because sometimes it doesn't build properly at first and you got to go back and change things. It might not work actually, because I didn't tell I was going to put it on. Sometimes you got to tell it which thing you're going to put it on. If you put it on Vercel or Netlify or Cloudflare Pages, sometimes it doesn't work. Throws an error, and then you just say, hey, listen, this probably isn't initialized properly. Can we go, or like, you know, put up properly? Can we go handle this? Fuck, you know what? I almost forgot here. I think I did do it wrong. Actually, I want to go back. Was it putting this on? Was it putting this on? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Cloudflare is such a piece of shit in some ways, honestly. I need to delete that one because they keep doing this shit where if you click here, this is actually a worker. And most of the time it doesn't end up working. Like go to Pages. Like they're going to change everything to workers eventually, but I don't even know enough about it, but you just gotta go. You gotta go here. You gotta go to Pages. So click that little button at the bottom. It's very irritating. Come down here, go like this instead. It's like the same thing sort of, but workers is just different. They're trying to converge both of them, but you have to have extra things for workers, and it's just silly. All right, so if you come down here, you can do Astro. If you know what you're building. So we were doing with Astro, QCL Astro, main branch, etc. Save and deploy. Yeah, it's just really annoying. I mean, like I said, there's really not that much of a difference, seemingly, because they keep trying to force you to do workers because, you know, and it would work, but you'd have to, from my experience, you'd have to come back in here and you'd have to say it's going to break, and then you're going to say, oh, you're trying to deploy to workers, so you need some sort of Wrangler file thing going on, and it's like it's just unnecessary. So I don't know. But for now, I'm just continuing to do Pages because that's a little simpler and seems like it works just as fine. And maybe one day we'll have to change everything to fucking workers or something. I don't know. So if you want to do deeper research or if I find anything else out, I will let you know. But I have to finish this and be done. So now what it's doing, though, is deploying it, which is like building it. So it's deploying it first, and then every single time is like a new build or deployment. So it's taking all those files from GitHub, it's grabbing them, and it's building them into like basically a static website, static little package thing or whatever, and then deploys it on that thing. So if you go to continue to project here, and then this is our link. If you went to this right now, you'd be able to see it. For some reason, that fucking video is taking a long time to load or something, or not loading at all. So that's something I'll have to deal with. But this is now like live on the internet. That's all that took. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of other stuff. If I make any changes and push them up to GitHub, or once I figure out that, once I do that whole thing where it's like that webhook flow where it's like, eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to go over here. Eventually what's going to happen is the front end is not going to exist over here, right? But in the back end, when somebody goes like this, they'll still be able to log in here. So when they go in here and they change something, as soon as they hit update or publish on anything, there's going to be, I guess, I haven't done this personally, but there's going to be something hooked up here between this where it's like it constantly like looks at the REST API, and anytime it changes, it's going to force a rebuild here, a redeployment. And then this website, this actual front end of it, is going to update, within, probably a minute or whatever it is. Now I'm pissed off already about the video, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but that's not a huge deal. But you can see, just again, as normal, as we're accustomed with static sites, how fast this shit is. And yeah, it's pretty dope. So love it, love it, love it. Don't know why this video is not uploading. I'm going to actually ask real quick. Hey, I just deployed this from GitHub to Cloudflare Pages, and the video just doesn't show up. Any ideas why? Oh. Well, fuck me then. 100 megabyte file limit. I see. Okay, compress the video first. Keep serving from WP domain. I don't really want to do that. Yeah. Don't really want to do that. And yeah, go ahead and compress it. This is amazing. Look, I'm gonna just try it, because why the fuck not? I have Handbrake. I could go try that, but let's see if it does it here. Because I have a video workflow thing that I've been working on. I mean, this is crazy. What? This is unreal. This shit is literally unreal. It can do anything. Not anything, but right now what it's well, actually, let me be real. Let me be realistic though. It's not actually doing this in. This is an important part. My computer's spinning up right now. I can hear it. I don't think it's actually doing this on the Claude servers or anything. Like it's just doing it for me with this FFmpeg library. I could be wrong, but I think that's all it's doing. So hypothetically, if I go over here, this is going to look like shit now. Does that look like shit? Definitely doesn't look as crispy, I don't think, but I don't think it looks as good. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. I mean, honestly, I feel like this has got to be the right video now, right? It looks a little shittier. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not loving it. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking at it on the localhost, and it does look like visibly a little shittier. Not too bad. I don't know. Is this the best option? Do you think maybe we should, like, I'm thinking of two things. Like, either you run it again and you try to keep it a little larger, but under 100, obviously, or I try to do the CDN thing. Again, it doesn't look terrible, but it's to me, it's a little noticeably worse because it looked so crispy before. I don't know if you can really see a difference on the video, but see, the only thing I'm concerned about slightly is you're still loading this much, aren't you? Like, even if it's a static website, your machine, when you hit this, still has to load this. But if it's a static website, then maybe you only have to load it once, because if it caches, right? I don't know. Let's find out and then be done. This is amazing. Amazing. I kind of want to do it like this time, though, so I can kind of still see the old one. It's probably going to automatically update, though, isn't it? It did it with the pictures, but I don't know if it's going to do it with this video. Probably will hot reload. I don't know. I'm not overly concerned about this. I just want it to work for now. I want you to take a note, though. I want you to take a note on this. I have been working for 3 hours, okay? Now, I was learning a lot here, right? So in the future, I probably wouldn't have to like do as much learning necessarily work, but I'd still have to do make a lot of decisions and stuff like that. But like, I'm still working. Oh, what the fuck? But I'm still working. So like, my point is that you still have to do a bunch of shit. Now, the reality is that you're not going to get away from work. And that's not the goal. The goal is to be able to do more in less time. And I absolutely have done a lot more in less time here, because if I would have had to build all this shit myself, would have been awful. But I was able to move this. I was able to learn while I was doing it. I was able to have it done for me effectively with my expertise of knowing what the fuck to ask this thing. And then I was able to now have a situation where I can go back and present to my client and say like, hey, listen, we have this website, obviously that we designed earlier, but now it's on a slightly different platform. Doesn't change your experience at all. Still just as flexible, and you can change whatever you want, but it's on a better platform now that's going to allow us to do even more stuff from a design and development and everything like that. Oh man, this is killing me. It's just absolutely cooking the GPU. I don't know if this is the right play, but we shall see. Still got to have it clean that up. Still got to do these forms properly. But, you know, is what it is. We've definitely moved the ball forward here today. I'm very happy about this. Deployment failed. I wonder why that deployment failed, actually. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, we're actually going to have another problem because I see an error in the deployment, and it says that Pages only supports, Cloudflare Pages only supports files up to 25 megabytes. Yeah, not ideal. All right. For the absolute quick fix here, here's what I want you to do. All right. I want to end my session here. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make that video pull directly from WordPress for now. This can't be a long-term solution because that's not something that's going to get edited often from there. So let's just do it for, I mean, it could probably, but I don't think that's the ultimate play. So let's just do this. Change it so it's pulling from WordPress again. It's not like in our videos right now. And then we'll get around all this other shit, and it'll still play on the demo site that I kind of like put up on Pages and everything like that. And we should be all good there. So do that for me. And then I want you to also make a note of that, and then make a note of anything else that you think I need to clean up, because there was a couple things earlier on in our session that that we might need to clean up. And kind of just, can you put that into like a markdown file maybe for me? Of things that we can tackle next time. This is probably really unfortunate because we might have to, it might compact like right as it's trying to do this. I was watching a video today from Theo, and he was talking about the Claude files and the agents files, and I don't think, he said like stop using them. That wasn't really, that was clickbait. It was like not stop using them, it was just basically be more specific. What the fuck is that? Okay, I think that's the right one. Okay. I mean, I guess I could have done a fallback too, but that's, I don't know. Whatever. I think it's gonna work. Let's go out here. It's not gonna push this yet. Get rid of, okay, I didn't change anything. Get rid of, reload this. Probably shouldn't, that'll work obviously, but I don't know if it's, ooh, yeah, I think that's crispy again. Yeah, that's crispy. That's a crispy boy. Great video. I always get mad when great video goes to waste. I'm not gonna let that look like shit. That's a beautiful quality. All pushed. All right, so should be building. Cool, we're building. All right, to do. Hi, CDN for the video, SendGrid for forming, conversion tracking, PHP debugs, yeah, HTML entity audit, drop form fix, webhook, yeah, deploy, finish, complete the build. Do it now. Do it now. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it lies to me and doesn't actually update in real time. Do not fail. Do not fail. Finish. Come on. Oh my God. Finish. I'm falling asleep, dog. I literally just want to see the video on this page. That's all I want. That's all I want to see. Oh, nope, that's it. I was like, what? There we go. Crispy video. Crispy video on the thing. All right, guys, listen, I'm done. That was incredible, incredulous, superb, every sense of the words. Obviously got a lot more work to do specifically on this one, but all I can say is that I am extremely happy that I took the time to do this because, 3.5 hours of work, but I mean, I learned so much. I did a lot. I converted, not fully yet, but I converted a WordPress Elementor website to a Astro front end WordPress headless situation, that if I go right now into any of these things or anything like that, everything's linked up and I can easily just change shit. Now, again, I will say, just as an aside, this isn't going to work for everyone, because again, like if your clients need to build like pages and shit, I don't know why the fuck they're doing that. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. I'm sure in certain cases it makes sense, but if they need to do that stuff, I think you need to kind of reevaluate your client relationship, unless you're making websites for like big timers, which I don't think most of you are, but awesome for you if you are. I'm not, so I'm just going to put myself in that camp. They want my expertise. They want me to be the partner. They want me to handle this shit. They don't want to fucking touch most of this stuff. Maybe occasionally, again, here and there, like, like the certain things like the jobs and stuff like that, which is totally understandable. That is perfect for this. Absolutely goddamn perfect. Like all this stuff is in the back end in JetEngine or an ACF or whatever. It's hooked up perfectly. And then the front end is vibed. I mean, pure vibes. Again, don't take this design into account right now. That was me years ago in Elementor, but I could, with the wave of a wand here, I can have it rebuild the whole thing with a front end design skill, keep all of like the context of the website, and just give it some more design direction, and potentially give it obviously more stuff, again, like I'm going to do over here on this page to make this better for a landing. And yeah, and then the next step is going to be moving the Astro website to this, and moving the WordPress website to CMS dot whatever, and then probably end up deleting all of the design stuff out of the back end. Like, let me just last thing. Hey, just to confirm, the next steps really, obviously with that stuff, is the next logical steps is to move the website, the Astro website, to the actual domain of the company. Move the WordPress website to like CMS dot or something like that, whatever you think is best. That's what we need to, I'm just like, I want to make sure that I have the mental frame right. And then once that's done, I can delete like all of the plugins that are only for the front end stuff, and all of like the Elementor. I could pretty much delete, if I wanted to, I could delete all the pages. I could delete all of the Elementor stuff, the theme, like everything like that, because none of that is relevant anymore, right? Like the only things that I would need on the back end of WordPress are basically JetEngine, and then anything else that's like optimizing that website, like that CMS part. Like I don't need any SEO back there because it's not important. I don't need anything other than the data, right? And then maybe some like, main WP if I wanted, or like activity log or something if I wanted to like just track their stuff in the, like how much time they spend in the back end. Maybe some sort of security thing, but it's probably going to be pretty locked down anyway. And then any sort of like backup, which probably is going to be taken care of at the host anyway, right? So like really don't need a lot, because it's not going to get hit. The CDN or whatever, or the CMS dot whatever, the WordPress site isn't going to get hit that often. Am I understanding all that correct? Please do not compact. Fuck. We're going to sit here while it compacts. Damn. Yeah. I'm about 99.9% sure that what I said was accurate there. So, yeah. I mean, forms, whatever. This is probably super easy. That's not important. SEO, didn't do any of that yet, but performance, fuck. I mean, what do you even need to do performance for? It's probably pretty straightforward. HTML entity. Did it give us anything good here? Did it give us more details? Control Shift V, by the way, preview MD files in a more readable thing. Hero video, move to CDN. Yeah, form submission, wire up send grid, conversion tracking. It's probably unnecessary. I can delete that. Decode HTML helper was added. I don't think that's necessary. Do we need to do something else there? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a to-do. Oh. This is unbelievable that I fucking thought of doing that. That's genius. Go get all the images. Go get all the services. Look at the images. Put them in services. You don't learn that at a hockey rink. That's a Happy Gilmore quote. Yeah, this is a tough one here, maybe. The job application form on jobs currently points to a dead end point. Maybe not. I'm going to have to figure out if that can work. Well, it's probably actually not that hard. It's like, the way that works is it's a jet form. This is shit. Oh God. This is, it's like a jet form thing. So it's like, okay, a lot of random shit here. WordPress, CMS, Astro, once you delete themes, everything, keep general security backups. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I know that wasn't a really great one, but that wasn't a great prompt and got compacted. But yeah, the only thing I was going to say here is like when they submit this, it's like it has like a, it knows what page it was on, which seems, it's actually probably pretty simple. It knows what thing it was, so it sends an email with that information, saying that it was for this job. But I'm sure that's very doable. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this whole time, this is incredible. I'm super stoked about this. More cool shit coming. Let me know if you have any questions about this. You want to see more content, go watch the AI crash course. If you want to see like the whole everything kind of going on. If you don't know enough about Claude Code, go watch my Claude Code thing. It's the best thing. Everybody's saying, I'm not kidding. Like I've had multiple people tell me it's best way to go from like 0 to 1 with understanding how to set everything up. Free WordPress, AI powered WordPress agency course. Not free. Paid. The AI crash course is free. The course is $199 one time. Again, getting some rave reviews as people finish that up. It's 9 hours of content, hosted in Circle, my new community, Modern Builder Society. A lot of great things going. So go click the links, go do some stuff. Get Whisperflow. Affiliate link is down there. Saves me unbelievable amounts of time. Have a video on that as well. We got momentum. We're going. We're doing cool stuff. I'm excited about this. I got to make another video on it and continue this. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I will talk to you in the next one.